Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and we're live and we're loud. No technical glitches on the intro this time. Back better than ever, you might say. We are here for the Story or Deadline show. Of course, I am Quinny and I'm joined as ever by my co-pilot, Harry Trades. Harry, my man, good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you, mate. For what is probably going to be, what is definitely one of the final sort of champ weeks that we're going to have, right? I think we've got La Liga, maybe Serie A, and maybe Prem actually left, isn't it, next week? But this is like the last time we're going to have all five. So in champ that is anyway, and challenger as well. So yeah, it's been a weird season, fun obviously, but I'm just sad to see it come to an end. To be honest.
Yeah, likewise. It's one of those times where time changes in Sorare because once you get to that end of January period and J and K start to fold in Argentina, America, and then Brazil and Russia and Denmark and all that stuff, and then kind of builds into that late February, early March time until kind of now that you get into the back end of May, and it's just been head explosions for the last what's that, like 8 weeks or something like that. It's been absolutely crazy. But yeah, it's about to now kind of tail off and calm down a little bit, and it'll be all across the Atlantic and a wee bit of Club World Cup action as well going forward. But yeah, it's one of those ones where I said it last weekend. This is my weekend. I'm going to smash it. I had some good teams, some good combos. It didn't work out. I felt the exact same about the midweek, but for two totally different ways. Like Celtic absolutely wrecked me. Managed to scrape out these game weeks with little bits and bobs, but I'm coming back again this weekend and I'm going to nail these combinations. I'm going to nail it. And I should have taken you up last week on Frimpong versus Nico because we struggle.
He smashed, didn't he? Who did they play again? It was tough on it, Dortmund. Yeah. Nico shot the bed, I think. I can't remember. They conceded. They played well. Morgan Gibbs White did well. I remember we got that one. Remember you were in the Gibbs White camp. I kind of was a bit hesitant, but yeah, he did get a couple of DAs. I actually had a decent little. Well, MLS midweek didn't go great for me. I managed to butcher the my entry into the Masters comp. I scored like 350. I only did obviously 390. I brought in Barraza though and Aaron Herrera, right? Did you see their scores? Well, I mean, I know you've seen Barraza's score, yeah. Mate, Aaron Herrera got a last man tackle right at the death. So I was like, I'm alive here because I had Shambo captain who had like 10 AA. And I was like, you know what? I had one player to go, which was David DaCosta. And I was alive. Like, if he had a DA, I think I would have just scraped in. He obviously didn't. It was 0-0. But yeah, Aaron Herrera and fucking Barraza gave me, something to sort of cheer on for a couple of hours. It was fun. But I managed to get a bit of cash out of Challenger because it was a full Eredivisie week, wasn't it? So got like $25 out of Challenger. But yeah, it was fun. Enjoyed it.
Nice. I toyed a bit with the MLS late swap thing. I stayed up for the NYC teams to come out. And listen to this, right? So I changed all the lineups to make sure I had like 5 starters in them all. Yeah. And I put like the double forward goal scorer effort into like the streak capable team because I've got the same goalkeeper, obviously, but one in season and the rest of classic. And see like the team with like all the other starting, but they'll do shit guys with the classic goalkeeper. You can probably see where this punchline is going. They got 402 points, and the streak team got like 326 or something stupid like that. So I got a wee promotion out of it, and maybe I picked up a couple of quid or some essence or whatever, but no streaking. Rage.
Yeah, it's brutal. I missed both rare and limited midweek. So yeah, back to square one. But fair play to everyone in the Masters comp this weekend. The prize pool looks insane. So yeah, fair play. It's gonna be it's gonna be fun watching that and seeing who takes that down.
I heard you mentioning on your Road to Glory yesterday that you couldn't look at the prize pool, and I'm just actually thinking, can I even see the prize pool now to even look at it?
No, only if you have it. I mean, people have tweeted it, like you can see it, but it's like 3,000 for the top of both. But like in rare, you're guaranteed $50. I think it's like 1,000 for third, 2,000 for second. It's like top 20 is like $350. Like it's juicy, like it's super juicy. Fair play, and but there's an L15 of 50 cap on 2 of the players. You can't stack more than 3. So, I mean, it's awkward. And then you've got rolling locks or fucking late drop on top of it. So, it's a bit of a clusterfuck. But I think you kind of need it for that sort of comp. But when everyone's winning anyway, it's one of them where like, did you really need it type of thing? Because like you can't lose, but obviously you can win more than you could if you finished last or whatever. So I don't know. I'm not complaining that they're doing it, but they're doing it for all the MLS this weekend. Like you can do late swap for everything. So. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Roy Levy's popped in there.
Looking forward to that. And I think, this is the sort of thing that, in-game success should bring You know, like
I
if you
love it.
do
I think, yeah,
get the streaks, you do get on those little runs or complete whatever challenges they set before us. You want it to like not just like, oh, I got whatever, you know, goofy thing or semi-meaningless thing, but like this is this is behind the velvet tape, the velvet curtain, isn't it? Behind the red tape, this kind of competition, and this is you know, this is where it starts. Again, I think high roller stakes.
they should do like a Sorare Cup next season where you can basically like the MLS Masters, but maybe not like you don't have to streak to get into it. Like it's some other criteria. Every quarter or whatever, put up a nice little decent prize pool, and everyone that's in it gets a win. Like you guaranteed something. I think that sort of exclusivity, like tournament style thing, like the Masters. I think they need to tap into that. There's something there. I know it doesn't cater for everyone. Like not everyone can get in, but that's the whole fucking like that's the point of it. Like you know, we're for so long in this game, we've rewarded like mediocrity, haven't we? Like thresholds and whatever. I know they're coming back or whatever, but like you know, I think we should reward fucking good players and good streaks and good fucking roles and whatever. Like I think that should be it. Not everything, but I think that should be the little carrot that's dangled every couple of months. In like a cup form. I think that'd be amazing. Yeah, Arena wins maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dobbsy brings up a good point. And as you're talking there, I'm getting flashbacks to a video I made in like January or February where I was talking about making the Sorare World Cup or whatever. And it's like everyone that gets podiums could be the ones that qualify for it. Exactly. And then they go into like that kind of, you know, so could be streaks, could be like, because it was like partly like podium status and like D2 and D3. What does it actually mean? Doesn't really mean much beyond the slightly better card than fourth place or whatever, you know.
Like,
but arena could be, that's a bit more accessible because it's a 10-man league, and if you're entering arenas, you know, do you get an arena win to then get a ticket to something? That could be good.
I think that could work. I was just thinking then, if they butcher and get rid of classic cash, on podiums, if there was some sort of like quarterly, well, I know, but like a massive tournament where if you did podium, you get a ticket into the Sorare Cup every 3 months, every 2 months, and there's some fucking juicy prizes there, which kind of offsets the fact that they've got rid of the thing. I'm not giving them ideas, but I kind of am.
If they want ideas, then go check out the Sorare Cup video I put out a few months ago. And I think anyway, all good and lovely interactions from the chat, guys. So keep it coming. Let me know your thoughts and feelings because Sorare scouts and managers all over the world are piling in. We are ready for the deadline show. We're set for a massive weekend. There's tons of last minute action happening across the timeline, of course, with press conferences and all the rest of it. If you do catch any intel, slam it into the live chat, of course. If you haven't done so already, please do smash the like button. There's about 80, 100 people here already on YouTube at least, and across we're on Twitch and Twitter as well. So wherever you are, smash the like button, share, retweet, all that good stuff, whatever you have to do, because if you don't know, you probably do. The first batch of you that are in here already, but Sorare own and control the internet. They know you're here. They know you're getting ready for the deadline. They love the content me and Harry put out, and they want to see you supporting both channels. So if you haven't hit the like button already and hit subscribe, make sure to do so. Harry's channel, of course, as always, is directly linked in the description. 2 clicks and you can sub over there as well. And if you don't, it's not going to end well for either one of us. You know, if we don't get enough likes on the show, everyone is then just Friday Night Curse is going to be, oh, how bad was it last week, by the way? And you'll pick the wrong captain. Your goalkeeper is going to let you down. That Aaron Herrera story Harry told you, imagine the polar opposite of that. That's what's going to happen to your most important team at some point. Help yourself, support the show, smash the like button, of course. And maybe we can find some more scouts and managers to come and hang out with us and make sure the intel we get is as crisp and as fresh and as ready as we can get it and want it ahead of the game week deadline. We normally kick over to Harry Trades here for the matchups tab on Sorare Data to see the big movers, the big shakers that we've got for the weekend already. Who are going to be the standout teams. And there's so much going on now. There is still some stuff to be decided. We've got rivalry week in MLS. Some teams are, like Celtic, of course, are getting trophies handed out. There's a lot. Some teams are resting for finals. There's a lot going on. And as we look at the matchups tab, oh, wow, that's a bit of a different top order than I was expecting, to be honest. But there we go. Look at that.
Yeah, it's kind of funky, to be fair. Covers all three regions if you count Galatasaray down in fourth. But yeah, some massive home fixtures this weekend. Celtic, obviously. PSG, Dortmund being the Bundesliga standout. Rosenborg, obviously, in Contender could be sneaky. Same for Zagreb, maybe away to Lokomotiva. But that's a derby, isn't it? So I can't imagine they just steamroll them, but maybe. Or Dynamo actually plays at home. Got it. Thank you, Pico Player. Appreciate that. Do they both play in the same stadium, or have I just made that up?
Who's that? Sorry.
Like Lokomotiva and Dynamo.
I don't know. Maybe. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But I just seen this. There's a flash essence giveaway for buying rare Argentinian cards in the next 2 hours. I guess that's before the deadline. Maybe. I suppose from now till the deadline. Woofed.
Yeah.
So guys, if you get involved in that, let us know in the chat. Let me know if you're are you buying them and then turning and burning the essence as well?
By the way, I forgot. I told you obviously before we went live. I've got that David Da Costa limited in-season card to give away before. Obviously at the end of the stream.
Yes.
So yeah, let's not forget about that. So likes in, please, lads. That'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, giveaway cards are always welcomed. But yeah, the Dortmund game looked good to me on paper. They're still fighting to get qualification to Champions League or secure something or other. The top of the Bundesliga is still quite itchy peachy. I'm surprised PSG is so high. Auxerre no pushovers, and PSG, like, what team are they fielding? You know.
Well, yeah, that's a fair point. I think they'll wanna put out a decent team, mind ready for, Champions Leagues and whatever. But yeah, actually, on pushovers for sure. I can see both teams scoring. I just think PSG will obviously outscore, realistically. But yeah, it is a weird one. I think they'll go pretty strong though. I do. It's a massive favourites, mate. Like Sporting at home, Gala at home, Fener at home. PSV are going for the league. It looks like they wrapped it up because Ajax bottled it. Lyon at home, obviously.
They've got an interesting fight for Europe there. Like, they need to batter Auxerre and they need like Nice to lose to Brest.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So that's quite an interesting one to see that quite high.
And they all play at the same time as well, which will be carnage tomorrow night. Porto at home. I fear Challenger is just going to be, not that it's never like it's always high, but like Challenger feels like astronomically high for this game week. Like if everything falls into place for most of these teams, which it kind of normally does, one or two might not, but for the most part, like AZ at home, like I think Army City are dead and buried in relegation. Ajax 20, that won't be that easy, mind. Just looking at some Challenger stuff. Yeah, Nice at home, Chelsea, Everton, Lille at home to Reims. That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's going to be carnage, mate, honestly. Like, I think it's going to be ridiculous across the board.
It's going to be a festival of football. It feels like for some of these teams, it's their last game of the season. Italy have actually got one more game after this. I think England, the same.
Spain, the same as well.
Yeah. But Germany, this is last game of the season. And France, this is, is it for France? France got another one? I forget. But yeah,
this is end of France.
This is end of France as well, of course. Yeah. So yeah, interesting. Napoli going for the title as well. Inter still going for the title. Inter have got Lazio, I want to say. Napoli could smash Parma. Like, they're quite low down.
Yeah, away mind, but yeah, you're right. Obviously, they could obviously just destroy them. And then we're getting into MLS territory. Then Minnesota at home to St. Louis.
I was going to say Strasbourg need the win against Le Havre. They should get it, obviously, but they need it. So that could be high scoring for those boys. And then who did you mention there? Sorry, MLS.
Yeah, we just get into MLS then. 60%ers, Minnesota, San Diego are on fire right now. Andrea, Nashville are really good, obviously at home to DC. And then that's kind of it. And then you've got a couple of decent fixtures. What?
I love how you said San Diego, Andres Dreyer, as if that's the name of the team. You know, like,
I mean, it is right now. He's the only one doing anything. His back's killing him. He's just carrying. He's got McNair in one hand, fucking Chucky on the other.
He's just carrying him over the line, isn't he? Absolutely bossing it.
Ooh, Vasilj this week, back from suspension.
He's back, decent game. Not too sure the permutations of it all. I think Bochum are dead and buried, but I'm not too sure what St. Pauli are, to be quite honest, in the grand scheme of things. La Liga, as you mentioned, some bits and bobs there.
Madrid. I don't know. I think it'll be astronomical this weekend, honestly. I really do.
Now, we don't, so all the lineup projections we do here on the Deadline Show, of course, as you guys will know, are powered by Predictify. Predictify is where we do all the projected lineups. If you haven't got your own Predictify account yet, when you sign into make your profile and all the rest of it, use code Quinny Harry at checkout. It directly supports the channel. And they do a great job for the community, correlating all these experts across European and world football to get us the best intel. As you can see, the Man United lineup updated 12 minutes ago. This is getting, and Celtic, when I checked it earlier on, was hot off the press as well, off the back of training pictures and press conferences and all that good stuff. So they do a great job of supporting the show. And if you need this type of service for yourself, you can go global, you can go regional, then make sure to get your own account sorted, because sometimes doing it at the last minute with us on the deadline show isn't what you're doing to build your teams, but it's maybe just a wee bit of light entertainment, as well as getting those last bits of minute, last changes and alterations that might fall as we're live and loud here. But we start normally with the Prem. Yeah. Is that sorry, Harry, you've got to come in there?
I was just going to say, it just came to my mind, sorry, a little bit off topic, but are you playing Super Arena this weekend?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I decided to go Super Rare Arena, and I think Underdog, I just went to hell with it, because none of my fixtures are particularly good, and I just did a wee bit of like screw it efforts, let's go for it. So I was on 15 Super Rare Essence, and I thought if I get podium, then I'm fine. It's worth it.
Right.
Get me to 20. So and is that harder than fighting the leaderboard for it? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Depends who, obviously. I'm interested to see how many. I don't know. We don't have to now, but I'm interested to see how many arenas there will be, like in Super.
Yeah, and how many? There's only like 1 gold, 2 goldens or something. There's like hardly
2 golds. Yeah.
So let's see. But make it lucky. Actually, I never really I didn't try not to factor that in. But yeah, let's start off. We've got Villa against Tottenham now. Villa, I've got a lot to play for. Tottenham is really pride and reputation, and at this point, street cred, because they can't keep memeing like the way they are at the moment, where they only win in midweek and they always lose it with the weekend. They're not going to get relegated. Of course, the table doesn't lie in terms of their performance this year. But this is a weird one. I think Villa come at this, of course, full strength, ready to rock and roll, full game plan in action. A game of 2 halves, bench will be effective and all the rest of it, and the team looks pretty good to go, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think this is Villa's to lose, to be honest. Spurs, like, as much as obviously Premier League's massive and stuff as far as like the league and that, like, they've got one objective right now. Like, I don't think anyone at Spurs will really care what happens here in the nicest way, apart from maybe the fans. Like, yeah, he might put out a decent team and sub and whatever. But yeah, I think this is Villa's all day. I think this could be a really nice little matchup, honestly. A sneaky one. Like, it might not show up on the like percentages as far as like massive favorite, which they're not. But I think if Villa go for it, which they kind of should, I think we could see some really nice SF5 scores.
I'm with you. I was doing some lineup building last night, and in season, and I say that there is only this season of Morgan Rogers, right? So he's maybe a lot different to your average card out there. In season, Morgan Rogers Limited, Harry's like £6 coming into this weekend.
Nice, yeah.
I don't know what his L15 is, but I don't think it's that far above 50. Let me just have a wee peek at that. And that's a game where, Rogers could rinse. No Kulusevski for Tottenham. We just had their team on page there. There's actually not got many on the market. Wow. But the ones that are on the market, Harry, nice looking rares. And look at that Selly edition, 18 quid.
Beautiful.
That's nice,
I don't know. I need to get myself a Roger. Like, I love him so much. I've whacked lyrical all season about him. I don't have one, so I'll probably get one in the off season, I think. Hopefully,
Rogers and Morton are on my shopping list in that way as well.
Yeah, definitely. Some of I mean, Rogers has been great scoring wise. Wharton hasn't been amazing, but I think he could be really good next year.
So there's teams for them. And Friday night curse for somebody, probably Man United, but they're away to Chelsea, who are going to play Tyreek George up front. It looks like no Nico Jackson, no Nkunku, Caicedo in at right back. Romeo Lavia is in the picture. Otherwise, a lot of familiar faces. This is a weird one. Big game for Chelsea. Weird game for Man United and that Spurs vibe.
Yeah, like, I think they'll go strong, United, but again, I think it's just really hard to get up for these type of games this stage in the season. What's not on it, and then obviously what they've got against Spurs in the Europa League and whatever. So yeah, again, I'm fancying the favorite, the home favorite here for sure. I know they haven't got a recognized proper number 9. Tyreek George is sharp. He's a good player, obviously really young, but yeah, I fancy Chelsea.
Chelsea playing on the Friday night is quite funny as well, because if
they don't,
yeah, Friday night, Chelsea Man United, Friday night football. So if Chelsea don't get the points tonight, psychologically, for everyone else this weekend, like, you've got to think like Villa, City, Newcastle, all these other teams, if Chelsea don't win, Forest, they all just go up a gear over the weekend, perhaps. Obviously, if Chelsea get the win, that doesn't happen. Maybe, I don't think it deflates anyone necessarily. But if Chelsea drop points, you've got to think all those teams get a wee bit hyper motivated come the weekend. Teams have been on screen for both. But yeah, it should be exciting Friday night under the floodlights.
Villa's tonight as well, by the way. I don't know whether you mentioned that, but
I didn't.
Yeah.
So it is. Wow.
Yeah,
Well, maybe just for Villa.
You got the McGinn Friday night curse coming your way.
So they must have moved that for the. No, I actually think the Friday night curse will probably go for the Europa League final. Euro teams, to be honest with you, because it's probably been moved to help them, hasn't it? This game.
Oh yeah, definitely. When is that final? It must be pretty
Wednesday
soon, no?
or something.
Is it really that soon? Wow.
I think it's Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, chat's catching us on that as well.
Yeah.
So first game of the weekend we've got is Everton Southampton. Last game at Goodison. It's got to be 4-5 now, hasn't it? Got to be party time. The weather's great as well in this country at the moment.
You can't handpick a better opponent to play against, right? In the last day. No disrespect to Southampton, but then on the opposite side of things, like they can play with freedom, knowing that they're down. You know that. I hear a lot of ex-footballers say that. Like once you know you're down, like there's no pressure. Just go out and fucking play your stuff and express yourself. So I don't know. Do we see Tyler Diblin rinse Guardiola?
Well, you could see
Less said the better.
You could see it. But yeah, I'm getting kind of vibes of Fergie's last game. I'm sure it was against West Brom, and did Lukaku not get a hat trick or something, and it was a draw, and it was a kind of an anticlimax. It was like his last game. I can't remember. Chat will correct me on it, but I'm pretty sure Fergie's last game was like West Brom, and it was like a draw, or it was like somewhat anticlimactic. So I was got a wee bit when you said that there. I was like, THB will be in the shop window. Dibbling's in the shop window. This Fernandez, I'm seeing Southampton fans saying they want to sell him for 50 mil.
He's good, mate. I don't know if he's 50 mil, but he's good. He's sharp.
Southampton fans have got it's weird. They've got some perception on transfer fees because they do sell guys for buckets of money on the reg.
I mean, we can't argue with it. They've done it, for the last 15 years comfortably.
Yeah, so they're all in the shop window quite comfortably at this point. So yeah, you never know what comes of that really. But David Moyes, Everton, Goodison, sunny day, early kickoff as well. Feels like it'll go their way. West Ham Forest. This is interesting. I wonder if West Ham have got anything on the line. Probably not. Nah.
I don't think so. No. And obviously Forest need it for Champions League. Is that right or no?
Yes, big time. Yeah. So Forest going into the weekend are in 7th on 62. Villa, Chelsea, City. Any of them slip up.
That's insane.
Forest are catching.
Yeah, that's nuts. I didn't think it was that tight between those four.
Mega tight. That's why the owner was on the pitch last weekend after they drew to someone crap. I can't remember.
They drew to Leicester.
Yeah. Aye. So, yeah. Last chance saloon for Forest after that. Brentford Fulham. Nothing. This could be the goal. This could be 0-0 or 4-4, maybe just because there's nothing on it, and like both these teams are kind of feisty in their own way. The Fulham manager is in the shop window now. Don't know if you've seen all the links and reports for him.
No. Where to?
I can't remember in particular. I think it's like Tottenham and somebody else. I can't remember now. It's escaping me. But yeah, he's in the shop window for some stuff. The Brentford manager's in the mix for Tottenham as well, I think. So maybe a small audition there. Leicester Ipswich. I don't think we really are minding this one too much. Vardy last game at, what do we call their stadium again? King Power?
Yeah, King Power.
I was going to say Walkers or something there. I was getting going back in time. Against Ipswich, who are getting ready for next season, of course. And again, no pressure. Anything could happen. This, for me, is a game at the weekend. Arsenal at home to Newcastle. And the way Arsenal seasons went, I'm rooting for the Geordies. I want Newcastle to finish second because winning that cup earlier this year is great, right? But I think so many people write it off a wee bit as the League Cup. And so many people kind of say for the English clubs, like the Newcastle level teams, if you win a cup, you probably won't do well in the league. Newcastle's squad, although they're the best, let's say 14 guys are Ballon d'Or level, if you look at Jacob Murphy, of course. Very thin squad. They've came through some amount of hurdles. And at this point, I would love Newcastle to finish second. So this is a straight 6-pointer. Newcastle win, they go on 69 with 1 game to go. If Arsenal win, of course, they secure it. But, I don't know. I fancy the Geordies to do it in this game.
I can see it, mate. I can see it. Obviously, a lot of a couple of the Newcastle boys in the shop window as well, Isak and whoever. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they turn him over. I really wouldn't.
Looks like maybe a little bit of a change. Maybe this is just sometimes you see formations and how they actually play on the pitch is totally different. Maybe this is just how they've been playing already. I've not seen much of Newcastle recently. It looks like a change of shape. It might not be, but Jacob Murphy, Ballon d'Or on the right wing, Barnes, Isak, and Gordon. Tell me they're not scoring goals on Raya. Like,
I mean, they've got every chance to do so. I can't believe Emil Kraft is still getting a game, by the way, in 2025.
Mate, he got a new contract. They see when they're in the Champions
He's Paul
League.
Dummett. He's the Swedish Paul Dummett. He literally is.
They gave him a new contract when they were in Champions League, and like he came back again last year, to play like 2 games or something, and they like desperately needed him, and his agent must have been like, "We're not playing unless you get a deal."
Mate, the only reason I know about, like, obviously he's a Premier League footballer, but like I used to have him on FI for some weird reason. Like, he used to be quite sneaky on there. I can't remember if he was at Newcastle at the time, but for some reason
he's probably like 8p or something. But as well, so like if you got an assist, it was like ROI percentage.
You pay him off instantly, basically.
Yeah,
it was nuts. Like with some IPDs and stuff.
Throwback to that for sure. So yeah, this is my game of the weekend. I think I'm really looking forward to seeing that one. And then the last one we've got is Brighton at home and Liverpool. I don't think Brighton have got anything going on. 55 now, they're out of the equation of anything. We've got O'Reilly in again, so I'll be playing him in a team, having a bit of fun. And again, the team's been getting stronger every week. Did Weaver play last week at right back? Because I remember spotting that last week.
Yeah, we mentioned it. I can't remember, mate, to be fair. Yeah, it'd be a good little thing to look up, to be honest. They won, didn't they? They got a clean sheet. Bart scored like nearly 8 or maybe 80 plus. Van Hecker scored really well. Yeah, I don't know if Weaver even played, but yeah, he probably did.
Just want to check if it was right back or how he did and whatnot.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, another game at right. Yeah, AA 20. That's a safe kind of projection, isn't it? Like, and then like he's picked them all up. Look at this: assist, last man tackle, another assist, and then what's this? A pen win. Boom! Just needs a goal, and he's done the bingo card.
He's the Prem Kimmich.
By the way, you heard it here
first,
it could
guys. Be nice, that.
Harry Trade said it. I mean, Harry Trade says it. It's you're onto something. Let's go have a wee peek at him here. How's he looking for the weekend? Ooh. Limited Classic 90p in season, a quid.
Imagine if they brought out Defender cards on next season. Like they probably won't, but like you never know.
It's a fun one. And Liverpool, they're all in Dubai, so who knows who even shows up for the game. But yeah, they are firmly on the beach at this point. Yeah, there's nothing to play for at all, other than maybe Salah wanting to get a couple of goals. He doesn't drink, I don't think, so he probably weren't in. Maybe he was in Ibiza, but he's probably on the alcohol pops. And it's tough to really see them like being able to go again at this point. But it's Brighton. I'm sure they'll find a way. Yeah, it's just it still could be a good game for Liverpool. Not writing them off entirely, but yeah, I think that they lose an edge from that. I think, don't they? No Friday night in Germany. I think they all play at the same time because it's the last game for them. So we've got Augsburg at home at Union Berlin. Teams are on the screen if any's after it. This feels like a good game of the goalies. Damen and Rono could be a nice one.
Yeah.
And then Dortmund, top fixture of the weekend, at home at hosting Kiel. The boy Sabitzer is back in the building, back playing. And this is a good-looking team. Adeyemi, Brandt, back fit and available. Ben Sabayini in that left bit of a back three shape has been working well for him. And yeah, like they need the points here badly, Dortmund. And at home to this hosting Kiel team, they should get it.
Yeah, you'd think so. It's the matchup of the whole game week. So if they can do what it says on paper, then it should be really fruitful. And yeah, they're still playing for, I guess, third technically.
Third, and could they? No, goal difference. They could get on Frankfurt. Frankfurt play Freiburg, if memory serves me right.
Yeah, away as well.
Yeah, so that's like a straight kind of one of them will survive the top 4, one won't probably. If Dortmund get the result. But if Dortmund did the unthinkable and somehow fucked this up, because Dortmund have done that before when they've been like looking to win the title and more important things than this, with better teams, I might hastily add. But right behind them, like Leipzig, Mainz, like Mainz are playing Leverkusen, who could be kind of on the beach a little bit after last week. It felt like, I don't know if you've seen the post-match celebrations, but you'd have thought that was the last game of the season. The way Xabi Alonso's going into the crowd and Frimpong signing contracts with Liverpool and all that kind of thing. So if Mainz and Dortmund get the win, if Leipzig and Dortmund get the win, Leipzig are playing Bremen. Dortmund might be in trouble if they did something stupid in this game. So they can't totally phone it in. They need to really deliver.
Holstein Kiel are weird sneaky as well. They've got a couple of good goal scorers.
Yeah, and I think Lewis Holtby is former Schalke, so there's a little bit of spice on that. Schalke and Dortmund, of course, the derby. Gladbach Wolfsburg is on screen now. Yeah, most of the main guys are there. The front line certainly is full strength. Lucas Nemeka back in town up front. Midfield, Arnold is back for last game of the season. Defence looks really strong. Not really much to say about either one of those teams. They're not playing for anything, either one of them. Freiburg, Frankfurt, of course, survival for top four. Does a draw kill Dortmund? No, it doesn't. So one team will probably stay, one team will probably go. So this could be very exciting. 2:30 tomorrow, Saturday, UK time, that is. Ekitike season has been going on. Trapp is back. The Frankfurt team is really good, of course, but Freiburg have been, good value for their position this year. Be interesting to see how that one shakes out. Heidenheim play Bremen. Oh, so who did Leipzig play? Am I tripping? Oh, Leipzig play Stuttgart. Yeah. Heidenheim, Bremen is on the screen here for you. And then there's Bremen. Hoffenheim, Bayern Munich. So Bayern Munich got the title last week. We've seen all the beer coming out. And again, you'd have thought it was end of season, but not quite. Bayern player next year, Tom Bischoff. Maybe a good game for him to strut his stuff and make an impression on Vincent Kompany ahead of next year. Otherwise, the team kind of picks itself. And Kane, I think, is on the verge of getting another golden boot. Has to score some goals in this one. I can't remember the exact numbers. And this will be the final Bayern Munich appearance for Thomas Müller. We know Hoffenheim are always involved in high-scoring games. Should be a good Bayern game, Harry.
Yeah, I'm hoping Müller has a good little send-off, to be honest. I've got both of mine loaded up.
Ready to rock and roll. Watch out for Kratzig. Yeah, he's going to Salzburg next year, so I've definitely been keeping a wee eye on him. And yeah, he could have a good one this weekend. Mainz, as I mentioned there, they're at home in Leverkusen. Revenge game for Amiri, potentially. Amiri said if they got into Champions League, he would, I think Europe. I think he said Europe. It might have been Champions League because they were fourth for a minute. But I think if they get into Europe, he might stay. Or maybe if it's like sixth, what's that going to be? Conference League? Maybe he doesn't care about that. Maybe he looks for a transfer up the food chain to maybe Freiburg or Frankfurt or something. But he'll be trying to push the boys over the line. Leverkusen are going out this really strong. It'll be Frimpong's last game. It really feels like it'll be Wirtz's last game. And if you believe reports as well that Bayern Munich are maybe after Schick as well, which just feels like a mental transfer considering their team. Ta going to probably leave in the summer as well. If Xabi Alonso gets his way, he might get Grimaldo to Real Madrid potentially if you listen to some reports. So it's maybe a wee bit of a last dance vibe for some of this squad. So Leverkusen could come at it in like quite an ambitious way. But yeah, Mainz at home, you think they've maybe got something more on the tie. Leipzig have got a lot more on the tie. Stuttgart are dead and buried, get nothing to play for. They're at home. Team's been kind of meh this season, but this is kind of as strong as they've been, it looks like. Campo playing rather than Baku or Baumgartner, but it feels like a downgrade. But here's the Stuttgart team. And yeah, this one could be exciting. We then got to St. Pauli Bochum. And actually, let's
just trying to get him off to sleep, sorry.
That's no problem. I'll kind of roll on until you come back with us. Oh, by the way, Hoffenheim playing Bayern. They need to watch out they don't get humped too badly. Because Heidenheim, they were playing Bremen. They could do something. And St. Pauli against Bochum, they look to keep distance. St. Pauli should secure survival. But that's maybe a wee H&H battle there, Hoffenheim and Heidenheim, to see who ends up in the relegation playoff against somebody from Bundesliga 2. So here is the St. Pauli team. And kind of just don't mess it up. It's kind of the moral of the story for them on 32 points. If they get a draw, they're fine. So I don't think that could be 0-0, that game quite easily. We'll throw ourselves into La Liga next. We've got Atletico against Betis. Now, Atletico's season is now done. There's nothing else they can achieve this year. But Betis, it's still quite different. They've got a European final on the horizon, of course. But as I look at the table, because we did have midweek, so it's shaking up a little bit. So just to get you all up to date. Oh, they're 5 points behind with 2 games to go. I think that, whatever result they got last night, I can't remember what it was now. It's escaping me, but that must have cut them off. So 5 points with 2 games to go. Villarreal do play Barca this week. So, this is the last chance saloon really for Betis. They need to beat Atletico Madrid if they're going to try and get into those Champions League positions. This is the Atletico Madrid team that's expected to play. RDP's got a nice L5 building, by the way. Spider-Man's back. Sorloff, of course, has been absolutely slaying. Chucho, I know he scored last night because you guys were telling me in the chat. But this is the Betis team that's expected to go to play Atleti this weekend. you think they can do it, Harry?
It's a tough ask, isn't it? Because haven't they got the final as well to contend with?
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's a tough ask, but like you said, Atletico haven't got much to play for, so but it's tough. Away, if it was home, I'd maybe fancy better, but it's tough, isn't it? You can't see Simeone like down in tools, really, can you?
Yeah. So the final for that is Wednesday, the 28th, which, yeah, why is the Europa League final this week and then the Conference League is next week? That's weird. So yeah,
it is weird.
Betis play for Atleti, then at home at Valencia, and then it's Chelsea in the final. So they've got a wee bit of time on it. So yeah, they can go at it. I think Cameron Tongs.
Yeah, I guess so.
Barca have won the title. They're jamming. They're loving Flicky Flacca, which is if Hansi Flick's Tiki Taka. I seen that as a headline coming out of Spain after last night. Flicky Flacca, and I thought that is amazing.
Flicky Flick.
I can't wait for that to catch on. But anyway, Flicky Flacca is at home. So this is our first home match as champions. So you've got to think Yamal, Rafinha. I think these boys are going to still be putting a show on and playing the game. But Villarreal have pretty much done the job now. They don't have any midweek stuff to worry about. Champions League football should be just about secure for them. If I try and go back and look at the table, have we look at their final matches that they've got coming up? They've got Sevilla after this game. So essentially, as long as they don't lose both games, they'll get Champions League. But of course, that could happen, and Betis will be watching out in case it does. Strong team going away to Barca. And yeah, I wouldn't fancy Barca for the clean sheet, so I'm quite okay with the Villarreal attackers. I just maybe wouldn't fancy the defence and the keeper. Celta Vigo get nothing really to play for. They're getting European football next year. They're at home here against Rayo Vallecano, who actually have quite a lot on the line for this one. Vallecano are on the bubble alongside Osasuna and Mallorca, and maybe Valencia with 2 games to go. They dropped points they should have gained in the last game or two. I forget which one precisely, but maybe falling out of contention a little bit, but still could rescue it depending on results. And Rayo, really well want to, this is a big one for them. Osasuna, Mallorca have got games where they could gain points, so expect the Rayo boys to be throwing the kitchen sink at it. Las Palmas, Leganés is a bit of a relegation battle here for both sides. Teams are on screen. If any are after that. Mallorca are at home to Getafe. Mallorca like to be at home. Getafe like to play defenders. So Mallorca to maybe win 1-0. Maybe it's a 1-each draw. Maybe Getafe spoil the party. Who knows? Osasuna play Espanyol. I think Espanyol's safety is kind of secured at this point. Yeah, it's secured. I think they've sealed that. No, not mathematically. I think they need the one more point. But anyway, Osasuna pushing for Europe, and they're at home and quite full strength. Budimir is back. Brian Zaragoza is there alongside Aymar, and full strength defense. Catenia and Boyomo back in the building. Sergio Herrera kept a clean sheet against who was it? Atletico Madrid, was it midweek? I forget. And this is the Espanyol team. Joan Garcia hot on the transfer rumour mill already. We've then got Sociedad against Girona, 11th versus 12th. The can you believe how shit they were derby for this season? So yeah, I'm playing all these guys just because I have to, but I wouldn't if I had other choices. There's the teams on the screen for you there. Valladolid and Alaves. Alaves are still looking to secure survival. Valladolid are dead and buried. Valladolid are at home, of course. There's the teams on screen fees for them too. Sevilla, Madrid. Madrid, nothing to play for. Of course, it's just the Carlo Ancelotti farewell party. Sevilla, I've got nothing to play for either. But we're going to get Arda Güler from the start, Harry boy. It could still be a ripping score for someone like him, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think he ripped like 60 last game, I think.
Yeah, it could be wild. Endrick up front as well is a wee bit better for me than Brahim Diaz, potentially. Somebody that's a finisher rather than a kind of wide playmaker type guy. So, and Mbappe, of course, is gunning down all sorts of accolades and records for debut season in Real Madrid. So, that could be good for them in a kind of quiet way. Valencia at home to Athletic Club. This is the last game we have in La Liga. This is the team that's expected to play. And this is the Athletic Club team. Now, Valencia, as we see, are on the outskirts, could do something. Athletic Club are in Champions League next year. That's guaranteed. So, yeah, who knows how that shakes out. But there you go.
I'm scared. Do we think Yamal's going to play, do we?
Aye. Yeah, first game at home as champions, mate. It's his season. His name's been all over it, Does he play 90 minutes? He doesn't need to, so it'll be one of those ones. But I think he starts.
Yeah.
First game at home as champions. because they secured the title away to Espanyol, which is the Barcelona derby, of course, and they got to celebrate on the pitch with the away fans, but the Espanyol grounds team turned on the sprinklers and
no way.
tried to rain on their parade, as it were. So
this will
be the first. So like 3 days later, whatever, they'll be at home. So I think it'll be pick up where they left off. Get the big boys on, score some goals, and get some memories made for Flicky Flacca. We have a wee bit of Friday night football in Italy. Now, I had so much DNP goalkeeper carnage last week, Harry. It was unreal. And in all that carnage, I didn't even realise that Benjamin Siegrist had got onto the pitch for Genoa. I've got 2 little Siegrists lying about the gallery. So it's 2 champion goalkeepers that, let's fingers crossed, let's see how it goes. But he's like projected to play. It's against Atalanta. So it's not amazing. But that was a fun little crease of last weekend that I missed on at the time.
That's a nice little nugget though, going into last couple of games.
Let's see, Genoa. Yeah, Genoa are safe. I just had to double check that. So I know there's a lot going on at the top of Serie A. But yeah, they're kind of fine. Atalanta, this is their team on screen. Carnesecchi didn't look familiar. I don't know if it's a new picture, but I thought it was a backup keeper for a moment. Sulemana, it's a new name on me in midfield, but I'm sure he'll be linked to Arsenal for 60 million in the next week or something like that, or Man United. Random guy at Atalanta does well. You know what happens with that. Atalanta, they don't really, they're quite cool, aren't they, with 2 games to go? They could maybe get second, but is that really something they're going to pure push for? I'm not too sure. Genoa don't have much on the game either. Cagliari against Venezia. I'm not too sure what's going on with these 2. Venezia still fighting against relegation. Cagliari, they're kind of on the outskirts, but probably safe. So, who knows how this one goes. Both teams are on screen for you there. This is a funny one, Harry boy. Fiorentina, the bridesmaid, never the bride, eliminated in the semi-finals of the Conference League. Again, I think that's the 3rd time they've got there. And their last manager is now the Bologna manager. And in the midweek, Bologna won the Coppa Italia, the first cup they've won in 51 years. And it feels like that's a nice little, like Bologna and Newcastle, because Bologna are getting Champions League. There's a nice little thing there, teams that are quite cool, not really known for winning stuff, but winning stuff this year. But anyway, this is their first league match. They're away against the bridesmaids, as it were. But I don't know if they've got a cup hangover from the midweek, potentially, or whatever. But looking at the table, Fiorentina still kind of could get back into the Conference League again, depending on how things shake out and all the rest of it. I think with Bologna winning the cup, maybe that has an implication somehow, as well as Inter Milan, of course, going into the Champions League final. There might be an implication around that as well. But Fiorentina, if they are going to do something, it probably needs to be beating Bologna in this game, going level on points with them. AC Milan don't have an easy game. They play Roma. And then going into the last game of the season, maybe they still got their hooks into something. So Fiorentina might be right up for this, you think? But if Bologna are in that Newcastle vibe, winning the cup, they were in the Champions League this year, they're in the Champions League maybe next year, the way things are sitting. Or not Champions League, sorry, but European football. Yeah, they Juve are catchable. So maybe it is still Champions League they're thinking about. This is an interesting one for Italy, quite spicy.
Yeah, lots of SO5 potential on both sides, to be fair. Gosens and Goodmanson, there's Dodo. There's a couple of decent players there if all goes well for them. But like you said, Bologna could be high off the cup win. So real tough one to call that.
Yeah. Skripski's just signed a new contract, and now they've won the cup. He must be like a club legend at this point. So I'm hoping they drop all this Ravaglia shit in the summer and sell him or loan him out or something, just to give me an easy life for next year. Hellas Verona against Como. Verona are just about safe from relegation. They'll probably want another point or so just to make sure of it. And Como, it feels like Fabregas has been linked to here, there, and everywhere. But the latest reporting I've seen is he's rejected Leverkusen. And he's saying, no, I told Como, and Como's saying, no, Cesc told us, we're here, we're having this is our Leverkusen, I'm not going to Xabi Alonso's leftovers or whatever, hand-me-downs. He's doing his own thing. That's the report anyway.
Yeah, I've heard they're going to inject a ton of money in as well.
Well, yeah, Cesc probably knows that, if that's the case, so yeah, he'll be buzzing off that. They probably won't have Paz for next year. It feels like Real Madrid want him. So... But if Como gets super good, Real Madrid should probably just let him stay there another year in any case, because
just buy him and then
they've got tons of guys anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't think he would walk in next year anyway. So I'd probably go stay there and just play every game.
Oh, yeah. Reina's still forecasted. That's a motherfucker, by the way.
Jeez.
He was shit last week, and they killed me with that DNP. That was I forgot to double check that, by the way. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think he plays again, man. Come on. They gave him his cameo game. He's not going to do it again, surely. I need to check my Butes and maybe adjust my allegedly the richest club in Italy now. I can believe it. We then get Inter Milan against Lazio. Now, this is a huge game. Inter Milan prepping for the Champions League final, of course. Neck and neck at the top of Serie A still with Napoli, so they won't be giving up on that at all. And Lazio in 5th on 64 could get Champions League football, could get dropped out of the picture altogether if they don't watch what they're doing with the way these games are going. Away to Inter. And it looks like a kind of a rotation-y team. Taremi and Zielinski coming in. Otherwise, it's the full strength. Darmian and Dumfries is maybe maybe people fancy Dumfries over Darmian for the most part, but it depends on the match, I think. So a strong enough Inter, you would say. And then Lazio have to go at this at full strength, but no Zaccagni or no Pedro. I don't know if that's through choice or availability. But otherwise, it looks like full strength. Could this have a lot of goals in it, Harry, or is this going to be 0-0?
Yeah, probably 1-1, 0-0. I don't know. There's just a lot of like 50-50 games in Serie A this week, it feels.
Oh, it's mad, mate. Juve, 6 minutes ago, this was updated there at home to Udinese. Juve kind of in the driving seat there in 4th. Udinese don't really have much going on, but as we know, Udinese have been all right this week. So if Juve do get the points there, jump to 67, really puts a lot of pressure on. Lazio, Roma really does maybe eliminate Bologna potentially going into the last match, or yeah, well. So Juve still have destiny in their own hands, and at home to Udinese, that's a game they should be right up for it, but they've not been that convincing. Tudor likes to attack, but they should get the job done, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. So many games. Like Torino, we'll skip through that. Some of these guys are linked to a lot of teams, so watch out for that. Shop window vibes. And then there's Torino. Looking really strong these days, by the way, the whole team at Torino.
Mm-hmm.
Monza Empoli. This is a relegation battle. On screen now for you for both of them. And then we get to Parma Napoli. Parma at home. Parma don't score goals, but Ondrika did have that one freak week, didn't he? And Suzuki can have good games and goals. They're at home. They might be a problem. But Napoli feels like they are going into legend mode. You know, they want to deliver another Scudetto back to Naples. They want to sign Kevin De Bruyne in the summer. They want to really go for it big time. And Conte just gets the job done. You know, it was an early season projection that I think anyone that backed it, me included, felt a bit silly for mid-season because Napoli were crap and going nowhere. But fucking Conte just knows how to get the job done, doesn't he?
Yeah, just a serial winner, isn't he? Really in that league, like he has the recipe for it. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It could be huge. Like it could be a massive clean sheet sort of game for Napoli. Shout out to Andrew Led. I don't know whether they score a ton because, like you said, you know Suzuki's a fucking hell of a keeper, mind. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Little 1-2-0 maybe.
Yeah, Parma have scored 41 goals this year, which is comfortably in the bottom half. I'm not sure exactly where that ranks precisely, but not a high-scoring team.
Mm-hmm.
Roma versus Milan is another one, which is huge because Milan, like this is last chance for them. They're on 60 points. They're the ones alongside Fiorentina that are right on the very outskirts. If they're going to stay in the picture, they need wins, they need results to go their way elsewhere. And Roma are more in the driving seat in that situation. They're on 63 points. Could still catch Juventus, still could catch Lazio in 5th. And of course, want to fight off the challenge of everyone below him. And again, Ranieri is kind of in legend mode at Roma this year. Not been losing, maybe not always winning, but I think he's like, yeah, he's hardly lost with them, especially at home.
Yeah. Tough one to call again. Another fucking 50-50 for me.
Yeah. And again, looking at the Milan team, like Reinders might be on his way to City. Has he got his head turned? Pulisic has been very good at the level, but is Pulisic, Leao back in the picture, Jovic, Tammy Abraham, and Jimenez. It's the 3 forwards that could play in this one through the middle. Very AC Milan situation of having lots of guys that are like 6 out of 10, but no like smasher up in attack. So Serie A, very exciting. No real power fixture, but there will be some power scores that come out of there, I think.
Oh, for sure.
And then we get to Ligue 1 before we get to rivalry week in MLS. So Ligue 1, I think, is all but wrapped up. Maybe some of the European spots have got a bit to... Yeah, Europe is a bit busy. So we'll rattle through this as well. Lens, Monaco. I don't think Lens have got anything going on.
Not really, no.
49 points. Yeah, they're out of it. Monaco are third. Still, yeah, they're going to be Champions League. They're fine. So we'll see how it goes for them. Beerif looks to be back, so maybe he gets a wee kind of victory lap effort, as it were. After being back from injury. Lille against the Ream team. Lille still fighting to hang on for European football, looking to displace Nice and stay ahead of Strasbourg and maybe Lyon coming into this game. So Lille firmly want to get on to 60 points. And against Ream, they've probably got quite a solid chance of doing it.
Yeah. I don't know. They're dead and buried, Reims.
Yeah. Nantes and Montpellier, this is a relegation battle, but it doesn't really include Montpellier. They are dead and buried on 16 points. Nantes on 33. Le Havre probably lose to Strasbourg, so they're probably fine, but they do just need that point. Maybe similar to Ream, in fact, just to actually mathematically secure it, but Strasbourg will probably hammer Le Havre and help them out a wee bit there. Montpellier, last game in Ligue 1 for the year. This is who they'll line up with. And then we've got Nice-Brest, as we mentioned before. If Brest beat Nice, then Nice are in a lot of bother. Nice at the moment in 4th on 57 points, joint with Lille and Strasbourg, who Strasbourg play Le Havre. These teams probably both get to 60. So if Nice don't win, Brest are here on 50. They can't really do anything, but they're a good team. Nice could end up in any position, really down to 7th.
Yeah, Nice need to secure at least a draw. Well, yeah, probably a win realistically, isn't it? To just keep it safe.
And this is the Brest team that look to spoil the party. How motivated will they be for this? Who knows? But Brest have been decent. Lyon at home to Angers. Again, Lyon are not just looking for points in this one, but their goal difference is 17. Nice's goal difference is 19. They would finish level on points with them potentially if Nice were to lose and they were to win. So they'll need the swing of goals to go their way as well. So I think Lyon will be throwing the kitchen sink at it. Lacazette out of contract, be moving somewhere in the summer. Almada is going back to Botafogo, but I think they're looking to sell him for big money in the summer. So shop window time for him. Fofana and Cherki, as we know, firmly in the shop window, living their best life this season. Cherki, team of the year effort for France. And Angers are going nowhere. So they're.
I really hope Cherki doesn't go to Spurs, man.
Is that a link?
Well, apparently that's like the strongest Prem link right now. Or possibility even.
Depends who the manager is. Depends who the manager is, I guess.
I guess.
That's funny. And then we've got Marseille against Rennes. I don't think Marseille have got anything to worry about. Rennes have got nothing to play for either. So maybe a bit of a meh fest. PSG at home as champions, going full strength before the Champions League final. After resting everyone last week, fine. I can now see that quite easily, I suppose. And Auxerre, we're crossing their fingers they don't get battered. I put PSG back on screen, so I was quite quick, but there you go. Full strength. Etienne Toulouse. St Etienne is here. And there's Toulouse. Do any of them have anything on? Toulouse are cool. St Etienne, yeah, they could save them. Yeah, they could if Nantes lose, but I don't think. They'll be pushing for it, but not much of a probability there. And then Strasbourg to finish off Champion Euro, looking to secure themselves into where can they get to as high as? They could get as high as so it's 4th, isn't it? But secure European football to some extent. Can they go into Champions League qualifiers in the 4th, or do they go Europa League or Conference League? So quite. I didn't realize that's what 4th was Champions League qualifiers. So that's quite the dice roll, isn't it? Where all these teams end. Nowhere. Conference League, Europa League, Champions League. Like that's going to be
huge
wild.
Implications. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's going to be exciting. They're all playing at the same time. So yeah, I'm buzzing for that.
Yeah, we've all got a few boys in this team. I've got a Bakwa, you've got your super rare Morero. I know you've got some other boys as well anyway, but it feels like Strasbourg's a good community team. It feels like everyone's at least got one player in there somehow, somewhere. And there is Le Havre as well. Looking to take them on. And then we've got MLS Rivalry Week. Now, I only realised this last week when I noticed that, there's a derby, and there's a derby, and there's a derby. There's a bunch of them on, Harry. How are you feeling coming into it?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't have a ton of amazing matchup, like just in my own personal lineups. Couple of decent home fixtures, Minnesota, for example. But obviously, everyone played midweek, apart from New England and maybe someone else, but maybe just New England. Yeah, fair enough. Looking for food, you probably would rather Spurs than PSG. I don't know, actually.
PSG's depends if move, isn't it? It's a rotation, you know.
Yeah, but like I said it to Laird, like he's gonna get green scores. You just don't know when. You know, like. That's going to be the issue. At PSG, yeah.
Totally.
But yeah,
Oh, sorry, you go.
Go on. I was just going to say, yeah, there's a couple of good matchups. Obviously, Minnesota being the best one, but Canadian derby to kick things off.
Sean joining us, Montreal. This could be a good one for the keepers. Both the keepers have been in good form.
Yeah, I think a little 80 plus, maybe 0-0 would be nice.
Could see it. The Hudson River Derby, New York on New York. I've been calling NYC the shittest good team in MLS this year, and that's the way it felt. Again, midweek, they don't always do bad or anything like that, but they just don't rip. Aidan O'Neill, the new signing, is in. Hopefully, he can be the catalyst alongside Tavon Gray returning from injury, and Burke Risa moving to left back. He has a left-footed centre back, so it feels like that. The weekend there was some good scores that came out of the defence, so maybe there's a bit of a combination been unlocked there, perhaps, and maybe now just put that together with some goals. Just get some fucking decisives. It might be good. And these derby matches are always good for sparking that off. This is the Red Bulls team, which is Red Bulls have been a bit underwhelming as well, haven't they, this season, Harry?
Yeah, they haven't won once away from home.
There you go. So this could be an interesting one. And late swaps will be very valuable to me on this one, because really who knows what the NYC team will be with some of the moves and shakes. Hell is real. We've got Columbus and we've got Cincy. This should be a big one. Both teams in good form and riding high in general.
Yeah, tough one to call this. Obviously, Columbus home advantage, but Cincy look pretty good midweek. I know they draw to Toronto in the end, or did they beat them? I can't remember. But
my head's in blinder.
Denke scored an unbelievable solo goal.
I seen that.
Yeah, it was really good. So it might have been 1-1 in the end, actually. But tough to see Cincy winning this. But honestly, so close to call.
What goalkeeper would you rather have? It's kind of what I think about matches like this.
Oh, mate, I don't know. Genuinely. Like Celentano's, they're both really good keepers, both young, obviously US keepers. I really don't know. Genuinely. I'd probably just say Schulte just because he's at home.
Yeah, fair. Tough one. Atlanta against Philly. This will be an interesting one. Atlanta looking very Atlanta in terms of personnel and whatever, quite recognisable for the most part. Philly have had some moves and shakes with transfers over the windows just gone. Andy Rick is in goals. That's another NEP DNP goalkeeper going to be selling in the market.
Mate,
I think he got a game last
20
week,
out of 20. Yeah, he's played 2 now. He's played 2. Yeah. This would be his 3rd.
I just didn't recognise him at first, but then the bell rang off in my head there. Alec Bedoya, I can't believe he's still playing, by the way. How old is he?
Mental. He's like 38, I think.
Mate, he played for Rangers before they went bust. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he is old school. You know what I mean? He has been around forever.
That's insane.
Full strength team, I think, for Philly away to Atlanta. And then this is a tough one, I think. Harry, Charlotte at home at Chicago. I like the Chicago team. I like the Charlotte team, but both of them are kind of like not quite the finished article in different ways. But yeah. Charlotte have got Kalina in goals, which is for me a big part of this match.
It is. He had an error led to goal mine midweek, which doesn't go down very well. But and conceded
the system.
Yeah, he's at home though, so I think they'll fancy themselves. Chicago away, I don't know. I don't really fancy him personally. I think Charlotte probably get the win here. They've got some solid players. Brady's back in goal. Yeah, it's hard to see past Charlotte genuinely.
Apparently, Zinkernakel's been ripping.
He's been playing well, mate. Yeah, he has. I don't think his scores have been that great, but he's like on the eye. He's a good player. He's been okay, I think. SO5 wise.
Yeah, maybe on the eye kind of vibes, because if somebody was telling me he's been absolutely tearing it up. Look at that, 20 plus 80 in the last 2 matches.
Yeah, I had a few DAs in there and we're cooking big time.
Big time, yeah. So let's see. A couple of days against Charlotte is a tall order, but sometimes the better players in the league can pull off those shock results. We've then got the Revs against the Quakes. This is the Bruce Arena derby, kind of. Carlos Hill, the one-man team against the Quakes, which actually... No Arango and no Joseph. So this is
what's going on there? He played midweek. Arango scored as well. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Maybe 5 yellows or something. Don't know, but interesting for them too. Austin against the Whitecaps. Austin started the season well. Last time I looked at the table, they weren't as high as I thought they were from earlier reporting. Team is very recognisable in what we've seen the last couple of weeks. Vancouver riding high, kicking ass in this region, of course, this conference, as well as going to the Champions League final. Jaden Nelson, my boy's back in, thank Jimmy's. And we've got VT Kubas Berhalter midfield again. Defence looks decent enough as well. Vancouver, the best away team this week?
I don't know. I'd probably say Philly.
Philly, yeah, okay.
Just because with how bad Atlanta are.
Yeah, fair. Brad Stuver for Austin can be a match winner in himself, of course. Peter Musa is back for the Texas Derby. I don't even really know what the name for this thing is. Lucho Acosta, big game player. I think he'll be right up for this. Urugide has been smashing recently since he got Dallas cards. I don't know if he knows that, and he's now getting a bump in his pay packet from all those rares getting sold. But he's been kicking ass. And they're taking on the Houston Dynamo, or we should call them the Houston Jack McGlynn, and that San Diego Andres Dreyer kind of tone. Those Fiatchenko, Jonathan Bond's got cards and he's still playing for Houston, so that bit of luck has panned out for those at bottom. Thoughts on this, Harry?
I mean, yeah, I'm a massive Lucho fan, but I have backed him this week in certain spots, but it's just tough to just see where these DAs come from. I know Musa's going to help with that, fair enough, but yeah, but then on the other hand, like Houston are a one-man team. Who did they beat midweek? They beat someone 2-0. It was Minnesota, who are a fucking good side. They just beat fucking Miami. So everyone beats everyone at the end of the day. But I really hope Dallas, don't just completely shit the bed. I hope, DA from Jack, DA from Acosta, and we'll all go home happy.
That's it. Pedrinho off the bench for the banter.
Yeah.
Minnesota St. Louis. This is a derby, is it? No, yes. Yes, no.
Yeah, it's like a Midwesty situation, isn't it?
I think this is a derby. Sorry if I'm speaking out of turn. I think this is a derby. Gressel apparently has been ripping, and that's been
No.
Yeah. No, is he not?
No. Pereira's been ripping.
I'm pretty sure someone told me Gressel. Oh, it might have just been a
played
good
one
debut.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just had a good debut. I must have got the wrong end of the stick for that. I think, yeah, Gressel's one of these guys that should do good at MLS and just never has for so long. But yeah, your boy has been the SO5 talk of the town, Harry. No doubt about that.
Good player, mate. Yeah, he was resting midweek, so came off the bench for 30-odd, ready for this weekend. But yes, the Minnesota 5 this week could be the one, I think, if you can get it right. They're missing like Rosales. They're missing both their left wing backs, actually. That's why Gressel's getting a game. And yeah, Yeboah comes back in. Lod's been playing off Tani. Oluwasu's been amazing. He's been so good. Like Yeboah's been off it recently. He haven't really been starting. So yeah, Lod drops back into midfield there. Trapp will hold the fort down in the 6, and then you've got Pereira and Lod off him. It's a good team. And Bongo's basically a winger, like playing right wing back. Like it's a good team. They could rep here. They really could.
Yeah. St. Louis, I just noticed I've got Berkey back. We've seen that last week. And I noticed Kessler come off the bench. He's 50-50 for this one. So some defensive upgrades for them. And this kind of match might just about make it a competitive game. I don't know. It feels like Berkey being back is big.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Make a massive difference. They just don't really score. I know they actually scored 2 midweek, which was a bit of a miracle, I think. But yeah, I don't think they do much against Minnesota.
Schaffelberg not expected to play for the Nashville Stackers out there. The rest of the team does kind of pick itself. Andy Nahar is the defensive, dark horse of the season so far, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been a beast, to be fair. I watched a lot of the Nashville game midweek against New York, and he's flying up and down. He fucking got an engine and a half on him.
Does not stop, does not quit. It's all about Barraza, but against NYC, obviously getting the clean sheet, scoring 90 plus points, or whatever it was. He's been living his best life for DC. And maybe it keeps the boy Kim, maybe it keeps him out of the team, by the way. He's been sightseeing and getting acclimatized to the city, and maybe he'll just need to get acclimatized to the bench if wee Barraza keeps this up. No Benteke strikes me. Came
off injured midweek. Yeah. So that's a tough one.
Well, let's see Barraza. Rapids against Salt Lake. This is a derby of some sort, isn't it? They're not like... Whenever I think of both these teams, I think about mountains. I don't know if that's just my brain.
Yeah, Salt Lake is Utah, and then Colorado's Colorado, but they're next door to each other, I believe. Yeah. Or they're in the same, not the same state, but close enough.
Aye, so mountains, that's what I think about when I think about
definitely
both
mountains
teams.
In both. Yeah. Definitely mountains. Mountains and Mormons.
Mountains and Mormons, M&Ms.
It's the mountain, it's the M&M derby.
M Derby. That's it. It's been christened. I love it. Oh, guys, we've got to make that stick. Hashtag M Derby when that game comes out. So yeah, I think the Colorado team's pretty full strength here. Bassett, Mihailovic. Oh, your boy Harry. No, Navarro.
Came off injured on the weekend.
Oh, Jesus. Copy and paste that on a few of them, eh?
I know. Didn't play midweek. It was completely out. It's an ankle injury. I've got a weird feeling he just turns up for this game like he's going to be fit. I don't have any intel, but we have late swap, which is obviously really helpful for that. But yeah, I'm not completely closing it off. Like I think he might just miraculously come back in for whatever reason.
Well, let's fingers crossed for you and for Colorado. This is the Salt Lake team. Looks like all the toys are on. Goncalves, Luna, and Marzuk. Should be good.
Yeah, I watched Salt Lake midweek. They look sharp. Luna's fucking unbelievable, man. Like he's so sharp, it's ridiculous. He didn't score that well. He had like 10 AA, but if he had like really good players around him, mate, honestly, some of the like the combination play, like he's too sharp for the MLS. He just like if he's in a really good European team, like somebody that dominates the ball, like a Leverkusen or something. I'm telling you, I'm not saying like he's even someone like that, like I'm not saying he's like Wirtz type of levels, but like he is insane. Like he's so good. I don't know. He just needs to be in a better team.
I've seen that in Ellie. There's been ripping SO5 wise as well. So bit of a stack in here maybe. Yeah,
they got something going on. They're not amazing, but they're good enough.
Now, when I think of rivalry week, this is the number one game that springs to my mind. This is the one where like it's proper like fan derby. You know, the players go for it. There's all sorts of you get in this game: goals, red cards, all sorts of capers. There's been some high stakes derbies in this as well. Cascadia Cup, it's known as. And guys, I'm hastily reminded, Harry is going to be giving away a David Da Costa in the show. We don't need to do it for the deadline because of late swaps and whatever if you're going to use it from MLS, but we'll do it in the show today. You'll have him in your gallery by the time we're done here today. But we've not even got to 100 likes yet. There's over 150 of you on YouTube. There's a bunch on Twitch and on X, Twitter, whatever as well. Whatever platform you're on, the likes are all very valuable. Thank you very much. If you haven't done so, please do so. But if you're on YouTube and you have not smashed the like button yet, you are screwing all of us over. Sorare, know you're here. They're going to DNP our goalkeepers. They're going to pick their own captain for us. We're going to get the rubbish rewards if we pull something. Do yourself a favour. Smash the like button. We need to get through 100 or we're all screwed coming into the game week. Friday Night Curse will be as black as ever. And yeah, this is Portland Timbers at home, full strength. And, you know, they'll be feeling really good coming into this. I know Seattle have been overall pretty okay, but they've not been like amazing, you know. And Portland are maybe a bit more in the ascendancy generally.
I'd say so, yeah. They look way solider, like really consistent 11. Maybe barring the keeper because Pantomis and Krapau, you know, they've always been sort of 50-50s. Yeah, I think Krapau played midweek, so maybe Pantomis comes back in. Okay, Pantomis was held back. Interesting. Yeah, they just seem like just more of a team which you would normally associate with Seattle, really. Like they've always been like a real good squad, you know.
Yeah.
Just not really, they haven't got going. But this happened last year, man. I remember, like, Seattle didn't get going start of the season, you know, last year, and they just go on a run eventually, and you know, work their way into the playoffs. Whether that, you know, I don't know whether they can rely on that again. Realistically, like, no Jordan Morris, a big miss. Miovski's been up front. Like, it's not vintage, is it? Like, no Jackson Reagan. You know, they're missing players, like they are, and there's still enough there maybe to get by. But I think Portland are too strong, mate. Way too strong.
Mate, did you see Ryan Kent's assist?
I didn't know.
Mate, he might be
jammy.
Good.
Really, yeah.
He might be good.
What, like went past a couple?
I run the front foot, skinned a few guys, cross ball for a tap in.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if he's still got pace and stuff, it will work. Like, you know, pace does work. Zaha's doing it with no pace right now, so
he's a pretty ugly guy. He's quite scary looking. So if he's running at you, like, you know, he's maybe getting a bit of that.
He's like a proper skinhead, isn't he? Like you just. Yeah, you don't want to be in a street fight with Ryan Kent, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. But yeah, for the most part, the Seattle team is recognisable and pretty much as you'd expect it. The San Diego Andres Dryers are taking on Sporting KC. Andres Dreyer, of course, plays for his club, is his franchise. And the rest of the team is, it's copy and paste every week. The left back seems to change, but we've got, I don't recognise this Bombino guy. And I know Negri didn't play last week.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's a young kid, I think, from LA. Yeah, Negri's played and then I guess rotated out potentially for some reason. Oh no, for sure. Yeah, the level isn't great. Oh,
I just didn't back Kent to have any MLS level in him, to be honest with you. If he could do that and play for a team like Seattle that are just a better team in general, like he might be good. This is SKC team as well on screen now. Oh, did you see the Twitter trolling from SKC midweek?
Nah, I didn't. What they do?
Oh mate, I hope they've still got it because I want to show you this. So I need to mute my mic so I can cough 2 seconds. They've kept it. I'll show you the post. It's probably better than just showing you the picture, right? But after the game, they must have got a win or something. I was in the midweek. Can I find the post? Oh, there we go. Yeah, 23 hours ago. New profile picture.
That's hilarious.
Look at it. And the wee square icon and everything. You never see squares because it's like normally like companies and football teams and all that.
Yeah.
This pure troll image now. It just looks amazing. Like
that's class.
Proper trolling. So I love a bit of that.
Jovic is hitting a little bit of form.
Aye, Jovic is the man, by the way.
Yeah, I love Jovic.
I think him doing this for SKC, I don't know if we spoke about it already, but it's a huge feather in his cap because LA brought him in for a lot of money, didn't hit the ground running. He eventually got going and was successful and all that, but he came over as like a kind of failed wonder kid, like he was like highly rated and Frankfurt bought him for money, never got into any team in Europe and made an impact. But to go to another MLS team, totally different climate, quality, and like be the main guy. I think we see so many guys in MLS make domestic transfers and it doesn't work for. I remember Pozuelo, like moving from Toronto to where did he go? He went to fucking Orlando or somewhere like that, Miami, or
I can't remember.
I don't know, but we've seen guys like this do it before, and it doesn't work out. They sign a guy thinking, "Oh, he was amazing at some other team. We'll buy him and he'll be great," and it doesn't work out. But Jovic is way against the grain.
Yeah, I think he was just sort of, a big fish in a small fish in a big pond, basically, at LA. Because like, there's so many players scoring goals from different areas. Like, if you're a number 9, you selfishly want to scoop up all the goals. You want your team to be playing for you to score goals. Whereas in LA, it wasn't that case, as we know. Like, Peck had fucking 900 DAs in the season. Puig is Puig, and I don't know. It wasn't really set up for him to do that. Manu Garcia is sharp.
I think, like, soon I seen that they signed him, I just thought this is like Eli Sanchez regen, because when MLS first came on the platform, Eli Sanchez was like the 55 average, CM for SKC when it was like Russell and Pulido and all that. And he feels like he's maybe a bit more attacking because Eli was like the little defensive ticker type of guy, but Manu's a bit more penetrative, isn't he?
100%.
Miami, Orlando. This is a Florida derby. I don't know if these teams actually care about each other or not, but so pink versus purple, which is kind of colourful as well. And all the boys are in town for it.
Messi was fuming midweek. He was going for the ref. He nearly got sent off, didn't he?
He's went for a few refs, by the way. He's definitely
he's coming from.
He's definitely aware of his status as Leo Messi in the world now, isn't he? Being in America, he wasn't doing this shit at. Maybe it was a wee bit at PSG, but he didn't do this shit at Barca as much. I was going to say Jordi Alba signed the contract extension, by the way, to 2027, in case anyone missed it.
Okay, that tells me Messi's probably going to at some point, I'd assume.
Or he's quite cool with life there, regardless.
Yeah.
This is the Orlando team. And Orlando love a derby. Orlando are good for big games, so I wouldn't write them off.
No, not at all. They're always involved in goals, so yeah, you can't really write them off in any stage.
Yeah, in Miami, as long as if they've got the L5 as a team to push it. And then we've got maybe the glamour derby in recent years, El Tráfico. We've got LA Galaxy, the reigning champions. You wouldn't know that if you watched them, but against, LAFC are doing a bit better this year. They've been champions recent enough. Normally a high stakes game. Not really this time. And looking at the Galaxy team, by the way, like behind the front four, it's like, who? It's that guy. And who's that guy? John McCarthy's still in goals, which just feels like a crime. Like MLS, if they want to get themselves seriously, they should be pulling John McCarthy out of the Galaxy team right now. and giving them Barraza or something. I don't know. But just sorting that out. How's John McCarthy still allowed to play for the Galaxy? This is the LA team, which looks much better front to back and everything in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Galaxy went 2-0 up midweek and still managed to lose. Like, nothing's going right for them right now. They're just in a bad way. And LAFC are sharp.
Wasn't it?
It was Philly, I think.
Philly.
Yeah, it was definitely Philly. Philly were at home, 2-0 down, and literally came back to win the game. It's tough to see Galaxy turning up here. I just don't have any faith in them. I know Peck might be back, and same for Pencil. Obviously, gives them a lot more, but yeah, LAFC are just a little bit more resolute for me.
Like Christian Ramirez couldn't get a game for Aberdeen, legitimately, So like David Taylor,
Aberdeen are pretty good this year.
Aberdeen have been all right, but Christian Ramirez couldn't get a game for them, So like,
oh no, it doesn't go well for you, does it?
Tolisso, I don't know if I've seen Tolisso, by the way. I think he's out for the season. I'll check that real quick before we hear a word from our sponsors and we move into the rest of the projections and whatnot. But I don't think I've seen Tolisso. Nah,
I think he's questionable.
I think he's out for the season.
Is he? Yeah.
I think I seen something a week ago, but he's out.
Yeah, and then he made like a miraculous recovery. He played.
That rings about too.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's dodgy for this one.
Fair enough. But yeah, guys, the likes are flying up. Love to see it. And yeah, we're in the middle of season 5 on MFL. We're in the middle of the transfer window at the moment. We're all getting ready for what should be a mad season 6 after how amazing season 5 has been. And here's our word from that. MFL Meta Football League is a football management game that takes this genre to the next level. This is an open network online experience where every club, every opponent you play against is managed and operated by another player, by another person. It's your tactics, it's your wit, it's your squad against your opponents. MFL seasons normally run for around 6 weeks, so this isn't a game that comes out every new football season that you need to go and buy a new copy of. So there's never a bad time to open your account and get your club up and running. The only thing you need to buy or to pay for to get up and running to play MFL is your club. You can buy a club pack from MFL directly and it will randomly generate where your club is located, what city and in what country. One of the ways MFL takes this game to the next level is every player you own, you are actually their agent. So any players that you own that you're not going to use in your own squad, you can list on the market for loan, where they can go into another squad, and in return you'll get a percentage, you'll get a cut of any of the prize money that those players help those clubs to win. Sign up by using the link that's in the description of this video or in the pinned comment. You'll directly support me and all the content here at the channel, but by doing so you guarantee yourself the best sign up bonuses available. Oh yeah. Thanks very much to MFL for sponsoring the channel and the show.
Come on then, let's get into what is the last regular game of the Eredivisie. I think we've got bits of playoffs and stuff. There's
playoff Conference League qualifiers and stuff like that. Yeah.
So yeah, look out for that. But all these played midweek as well, so yeah, could be a few little rotational pieces that are maybe quite tough to get right. But nonetheless, what we got going on? Yeah, Ajax 20, Fortuna Utrecht.
Good to see Barkas was there. I seen some weird percentages on his probability the other day. I was like, well, what's going on? But good to see.
Yeah, I saw that as well, actually.
Wasn't sure if he got a wee cheeky injury or something.
Ooh, someone's saying the Lord is questionable, is he? That's not good.
And I didn't notice until I've done my lineup building, but Mignolet's been out of the picture.
Yeah, he got injured, and then I don't know whether he's back necessarily or just like they're just giving the other guy a run. Yeah, where did you see that, Simon?
There's no.
Oh, here we go. It might be on here. That the DMP absolutely crushed me last week. Still not over it.
Oh, really? Oh, mate, I had so many DNPs. I didn't even know, but ones that were in mine, so I had so many to like just dwell in. What team did that kill for you?
I was on 415 points, 4 players gone. And I had the keeper. He just was out. Like, it wasn't known or anything, and they won 5-0. Okay, so Vanaken is still struggling with his ankle. That changes things then for me.
Yeah.
Genk, what we got? Tolu, Johnny.
Yaimar Medina. He sounds like a player.
Jacob Brown predicted to start. That's a welcome surprise for the go-ahead boys. Benfica played Braga, mine. Not an easy game. Did you know Zeno de Bass is taking corners right now?
No way.
I swear.
That's unreal. Is he showing it on AA? Is it like benefiting from you?
He's getting like 40 AA and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Play midfield as well.
That's wild.
Not every game, but like...
Sorry.
There you go. Bromby at home to the midgets.
Think that'll last? Do you think they'll change that?
The sets or midfield?
Yeah, the sets. Who normally takes them? Who's taking them off?
Well, I don't really know. Maybe Trinkawa's getting a few, but like Pote was out for a while. But Pote's been back for like 5 games now, or 4 games. So I honestly don't know. Like I think it's just it's a thing for right now for whatever reason.
Love that.
Yeah. And this body ex-club playing against Trabzonspor. Don't be surprised if he pops up.
Don't be surprised. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Didn't realize Stepanenko's playing in Turkey.
If you're not sure where someone's playing, guess Turkey.
Just look. Yeah, just go to Turkey and they'll probably be there.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, Gerbic is there as well, isn't he?
Garbage. Oh, is he? I had no idea where he was.
Starting his own. We should be pretty good on time. Yeah, I might need to change my my Lord Vanaken if he's dodgy.
Yeah. Not the weekend to be taking chances.
No, not at all. Didn't Hamburg went up, didn't they?
Hamburg secured it, yeah. They've not guaranteed the title yet, so they need to get the points for the title still.
Mm-hmm. What do you think Celtic do this weekend?
I think we smash.
You do?
Yeah, I think so. It's like, it's trophy day. You know, the sun is out and early kickoff and everything that goes with that. So, yeah, it's going to be good. St Mirren are dodgy, but so like, do we get a clean sheet? Do we score as many as like 5 or 6? I don't know, but I think like it's a good game for us. We win.
Yeah, I can see it. Do you reckon you rotate or not?
I don't know. Tate get volleyed on Wednesday night, so he's not going to play. And Vickers has been kept in cotton wool for this game to then warm him up for the final. So Vickers comes back, and Jot is obviously out. And is there anything else? Maeda was sus, but Maeda's been in training today.
Okay.
I don't know if the Celtic have got press conferences out yet, but I think, it'll be pretty much full strength. We played the whole B team midweek.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's with the view of the A team, as it were, starting the game, getting the job done, having the party, getting kicked off, and then subbed off, getting kept for the final.
Yeah.
Just move some bits and pieces around there. Where did I put? It was Boutez we're worried about again, wasn't it? I've got
he doesn't look.
him.
Yeah, he doesn't look. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. Doesn't look too nailed, does he?
No, I've got him in a I've kind of got him in a B team anyway. I think I kind of thought he might be dodgy. But yeah, 35 minutes to the deadline, guys. If you haven't done so already, please do smash the like button. Harry Trades has got an in-season David Da Costa to be given away for us. And yeah, we're firing ourselves towards the penultimate game week in Europe for some leagues and the final game week in Europe for some others, as well as rivalry week in MLS. Tons of action, as we can see here, even in Contender with Brazil and Argentina. Everything else has gone on over there as per usual. It's Tate confirmed. Yeah, I wasn't playing him today anyway, but he'll miss the final. That's disappointing.
I'm also giving away a Hani Mukhtar on my Twitter as well. Big shout out to Tom. Yeah, Tom donated both cards to the channel this last night actually. So massive shout out to you, Tom. I think he was in the chat. I don't know whether he's back in. Yeah, Tom Halfyard, absolute legend.
Maeda 100% was in training. That's all I can say. Red Devil until I get more intel. I think he starts as well. I did see on the projections. We'll get to it in a minute. McBride has Forrest likely to start. It's a funny one, right? Because Forrest needs one goal to score 16 goals in 16 seasons.
Yeah, I've seen this.
So he's been chasing that for a while. This is the last league game to do it, and he's got the cup final as well. I don't know if the cup final would count. You know, I think it's a league cut, maybe goals perhaps, but. So there's that. But Dyson Maeda is 1 goal behind Dessers for the Golden Boot. And I think Dyson's going to want the Golden Boot. So I think if he's fit, he's not going to be like, oh yeah, just sit me on the bench for Jimmy. We'll let him get his goal and I'll just miss out on a Golden Boot. So if Dyson's fit, I think he plays.
Do we not have French League 2 on here?
Maybe it's finished.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah. There's just one game, or maybe it's what's it called?
A playoff.
Playoffs, is it? Maybe yeah.
Let me go check League 2. What's going on there?
Yeah. It
fixtures.
Could be finito.
No fixtures on screen here.
Got you.
Yeah, it's a relegation playoff. It's to see who gets relegated.
That's fun.
Good luck. Oh no, it says relegation playoff. It's actually a promotion playoff. It's just the way it's termed.
I was going to say, yeah, Mets have been smashing.
Yeah, it's just the way it termed it on the page. Sorry, but it's Liga and relegation, League 2 promotion.
Yeah. My J League goalkeeper Nazawa looks like he's lost his job, Quinny, which is just fucking amazing.
Oh, I fucking love that when that happens.
Guy comes in for one game.
That's the thing with Asian keepers. You're never safe, are you?
No. Never. No one into... Jesus. Nishikawa 50-50 and Nazawa looks like he's dead. Amazing. Just what you want.
Let us know in the chat, guys. Are you going after Arena at Super Rare or any of the scarcities? Are you going after what's it? We've got underdogs going on this game week. Are you zigging? Are you zagging? Are you flying high in D1, looking to go out with a bang? Let us know what you're up to. Because I've made some recent additions to my gallery, and I'm kind of. Oh, Harry, I did a beastier trade yesterday, by the way.
Go on.
I traded 10 in-season guys that I've won or bought for like bits and bobs. Or an Engels and a McKeown.
Ooh. In season again, or just?
Yeah.
I know it's only a season left, but yeah, game left, right? Okay.
Yeah. I fancy them to do well this weekend. So Tate's out. McKeown's very 100 capable, as it seems. And I having 2 of them as classic cards for next year. I'll have 2 McKeowns and 2 Engels because I didn't have any previous copies of them, obviously.
Nice.
It kind of helped me. So nice wee consolidatory kind of trade.
Yeah, that was funky. Like it. I did get a little surprise little under 23 keeper start, Tony Fadias.
Ooh, I've still not got him. I need a super.
Yeah, because he ages out, but I've got his super because he plays during the international breaks. Well, played once, and he randomly played in the last game, and apparently they reckon they're going to give him the next couple. So I'm hoping he masks my Nazawa pain for a couple of games. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Turbo 424 picked one up 17 hours ago as well. So, yeah, wee bit of utility coming out of the woodwork for him. We Tony Fadias. I need that super rare. I don't need it, but
I've got an. I walked into an L15-0 super rare keeper as well for this game. For the last game, the Groningen keeper punched an Ajax assistant midweek. You know Etienne Vyson, the one who like nearly died.
Etienne Vyson.
Yeah. He was pounding a nice little uppercut on one of the assistants, and apparently he's out for like ever. Like they've just banned him for life or something. So
wow.
Yeah.
I actually seen like 3 Dutch things come on my timeline, and it was about Vas and Ajax. And I translated one of them, so I thought it was a transfer link. And I didn't even remember what it said, but I just seen it wasn't a transfer link, so I was like, I just ignored it. But that's mad. I didn't realize that's what happened to somebody. That's incredible.
But I crafted the backup months ago, and he's got a game, and he's obviously L15-0. So I'm just going all out in arena. So as in, like, I only got one arena game, but I've put like some of my big guns, like L15 wise, in there.
I did that too. I built it first. If I was going to spend the essence, I'm building it first. You know. Padagil's got an interesting one here. Hakimi or Marquinhos? I think it's easy Hakimi, but it's a choice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of them where, like, if you think Hakimi just for some reason doesn't play, which can happen. Same for Marquinhos, but you probably rather Hakimi if one of them's going to play. Like, if both are playing. I know you maybe don't look at it that way, but it's got to be Hakimi, hasn't it?
I think so.
Really.
Rewards look decent for underdog. Yeah, it's like top 5. I think at rare, it's like really punchy where there's lots of stars on it compared to All-Star and stuff. Yeah. So I quite like the look of it also. I've not did rare arena or anything like that this week. I've did super rare arena just because let's just try and get up to 20, get a wee craft done. But
I don't have any, and I have a bit of rare essence, but I don't have enough to actually get into the arena. Did you see I crafted Pascal Gross?
Oh no, I missed that. No,
yeah. Rare? For rewards on Tuesday, I had 2. I won 40 essence on the weekend, so I was like, okay, I'm doing two obviously tier 5 pluses, and managed to craft some dud, and then I caught Pascal Gross in the other one, but obviously he's suspended for the last game of the season. Just my luck. So yeah, I'll keep him. But
was that rare? Did you say?
Yeah, rare.
Love that.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's great.
Nice little craft. It's for Germany, whatever. Sometimes, isn't he? So, I don't mind it.
Modric is projected to play. Do we think he has a good match? They're they're away, aren't they? Sevilla's a hot place. Sevilla's a hot place.
I don't know. I'm not risking him personally, but he could play. It's just not nailed. Like, even if you want football fantasy, like it's just it's dicey. It really, really is. Obviously we'll end with the Scottish Premiership. St Johnstone down, unfortunately, I think, right?
Yeah, they're down, sadly for them. 16 years in the top flight. Hate to see it.
I've heard they play good football as well. Like, they got a good manager and stuff.
They beat us. Yeah. They beat us 1-0 not that long ago.
Lennon Miller last game for Motherwell, would that be technically?
Yeah.
Swan
Ross County and Dundee are still fighting out who gets a playoff and who goes down, I think. Something like that's on the cards for them. So they're still kind of fighting at the bottom of the table. Derek McInnes, about to be appointed the Hearts manager, will not be involved in this game. He's out the dugout now for Kelly. They've said that. And he's pretty much just sewing up the deal to move to Hearts. So this is a weird one for both teams, managerless. Nothing to play for. They're both in the bottom 6.
Does Aberdeen have anything on this one?
I don't think so, no. I think Hibs have secured 3rd now, and I don't think there's any chance of 4th, like, losing. Let me just double check. Yeah, they could, Dundee United could overtake them. Are they playing each other? Yeah. If Dundee United beat them, like 2-0 or something like that, the goal difference will flip, and they could lose out to Dundee United, but I'm not sure. Yeah, 4th, I think, gives them something. I can't remember. I'm on the wrong website to really see that for the Scottish League. Give me a sec.
Of course. And then your boys are up.
Yeah. See, this is Forrest. I totally see him playing, but I don't see Dyson not playing. So that makes me think he doesn't start Kuhn. But then I'm like, I think the rest of the team picks itself. I think Scales and Trusty, but is a straight 50-50. I think it will be Scales, but maybe 55-45. But yeah, I think that will be the team. Otherwise, it's quite easy to project, I think, on injury and rotation that we've seen. So 5th in Scotland gets Conference League qualifier, and 4th is Europa League qualifier. So yeah, Aberdeen will not want to lose to Hibs, to Dundee United. Dundee United win 2-0. They flipped the script. If Dundee United lose and somehow St Mirren drew with Celtic, Dundee United would lose out on Europe. They'd finish in 6th. Don't think St Mirren are going to draw with Celtic, but it's maybe another little detail into that. St Mirren could get Europe. They'll be kind of pushing for it, and hoping Aberdeen win. So they'll be quite motivated, in fact. But Ida will play and do well, I'm sure. Forrest is definitely going to feature. Kuhn is fit and available. There's no reason why he doesn't start, really. And Forrest is chasing that goal. So that's just the kind of, what does he do with the front three? They all play. It's just who starts and where do the decisives fall, first half, second half. And as I say, maybe Taylor is like 70-30. I think McBride's got 80-20. That's probably about right. Taylor's last game, it's been a hero, trophy day. Maybe they sub him off for Schlupp later on to get him a round of applause, perhaps. I'm not sure. But yeah, good one for us, I think. But St Mirren, yeah, take nothing away from them. They've been good. They're always handy. And they've still got something to play for.
Yeah.
Does someone know a cheap Bundesliga player? Who did we like in the Bundesliga? We liked Dortmund, and there was another game that looked pretty appealing.
So Van Aken still has a swollen ankle, but he's too important for the team to get rested. What do we think about that?
Depending on what we're talking about for cheap, I'm guessing we mean in season. And I don't know if we're talking about rare or limited. So it's kind of hard to gauge. I'm just looking at some bits and bobs. Yeah, I'm not. You need to give me a bit more than that, Tom, to help you. Modric's probably going to play. Yeah, I think so. I think I checked the Italian newspapers. They think Butez plays, but I think Sevilla, with it being a hot place and with like guys like Gunler playing, Modric has probably got a fair chance at it. And if he does play, like the tempo in a hot Seville game will be slow, and that just means give the ball to Modric. Let Modric work the ball. So he'll get a million touches.
Yeah.
So classic limited. Interesting. Let's have a peek. Classic limited. I don't mind Benjamin Sesko at £8. Leipzig need the points. They're at home. He's in the shop window. Stuttgart have got nothing to play for. Don't know if he's the best, but it's just one. Because I'm looking at the matches. Freiburg, Frankfurt's high motivation, but maybe Heidenheim, by the way. But nah, there's no really big smashers in that team. Dortmund feels like the safe shout. In terms of team, it's you're kind of looking at Brandt for the safe shout. Brandt limited classics a £5. That feels like the move. Brandt classic limited a £5. In season's £8. Not much of a difference, by the way. If you're after a Bundesliga player, L1547 as well. Julian Brandt for underdog. Could happen. Lineup's locked and loaded for you. Contrast, love it. Arnold, yeah, he's got an okay game, but there's nothing on it. It's typically the sort of game he does well in. Actually, thinking about it, when it's meaningless and there's not really much on the line. But hey ho. But yeah, that's us for the projected teams, guys. Dux is a £1.50. That's pretty good. But again, Dux has got a nothing game. I like motivation in these matches at the end of the season. It is just a difference maker. Because I think everyone else has the potential to score as well as normal as well, of course. But there is maybe just a wee bit more reliability on the guys that have something on the line that they turn up. But yeah, I think we're at that kind of time. I'll show. So we've got a giveaway to do. Will we do that kind of now, or will I run through some teams, Harry? What do you think?
Up to you, mate. I mean, there's no rush on the giveaway, really, is there? Because you don't need him for now, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I'll run through some teams then, and then you can show us your teams. We'll do a wee giveaway at that point. Now, guys, if you haven't done so already, take your phone out your pocket, change the tab on your screen, whatever it is you need to do. We're almost there on YouTube. We need to push up to 100 likes or we're screwed. We know how big this weekend is going to be, and we need to make sure, last roll of the dice, that we all get the results we're looking for, ultimately. And
Trades Junior's making an appearance.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. He's drafted in for the last minute DNP.
Yeah.
So this is I went super. These are all my underdog teams. I quite fancy them, but I built them last, as you might be able to tell. I know Almo's not nailed, but he probably comes off the bench if he doesn't start. And I've not really got many other people at this level of depth that are more interesting than him. It's probably the best way of putting it. This is my arena super rare team, Harry. What do you think of this? The choice was Oyarzabal or Saganikov up front. They're both playing each other. But otherwise, the defense was the only question mark, really. I had Angelino or I can't remember who else. You like this team, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go with Captain McGinn on a Friday, that's on you. But I'm just putting it out there.
6-pointer for Villa at home. Feels like McGinn. Who would you captain? Oyarzabal?
I think personally Sabitzer, just because of the matchup.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was close to that, by the way, but
yeah, I know he hasn't been on it, but like you could just pop it.
Do you know what I realized? He's only had non-international DAs.
Wow.
Since game week. That's last season. Where's this season? Sorry, we went too far back. This season, the last time he had a non-international DA was fucking ages ago. I can't even find it now. It was right at the beginning somewhere. Or maybe he hasn't, by the way. Maybe he's had no domestic DAs. I think he had one in the Champions League, maybe. No, he's not. No DAs this year.
That's wild. I don't know.
He has for Austria.
Last game. Yeah. Last game, surely.
Yeah, so last game, surely he's back in. I make you right on that, but I thought McGinn's just got a bit more of it.
No, I get it.
And it's a big game. Tottenham are on their arse. So I'm going for the arena with that mob. Let's hope we do it. Angelino, AC Milan could be good. I kept Saganikov, made him captain because there's no Miguel Gutierrez, and I put the Girona boys together. I put the Valencia boys together with All Black, and then I put the Sociedad boys in season with Junior, who's playing Barca. So I've got two teams in La Liga D2. If Valencia, they've both got hard games, but if they win, they should score good points. And let's just cross our fingers and toes it goes the way we hope it does. And then I put a team with Jan Musso in it, Harry, just on the wee hedge that, All Black DNP's out the random, just put a wee. I don't even think this team's that fucking good or anything will start, but he's somewhere just in case,
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you might as well. Just in case. Like, I know you fell victim to it last week, but I think there'll be tons of goalkeeper fucking situations this week.
Yeah, could be a few. I've not put Van der Voort anywhere yet. I wonder if that's I think that game's too important. They won't fuck about. These are my MLS teams for in season. We've got the team in the middle is going for the streaks. It's moving into D1 as well with promotion in the midweek, thankfully. Jaden Nelson, Julian, we say that with a hard H now. Julian Fernandez up front with Acosta captain, and then Tavon and Freeze. And then I've got the NYC guys with the Aidan O'Neill transfer. And then I've got my other fun guys in a team with Sean John. They've made D3 because of just the divisions I'm in. What do you think of that?
Solid. I like it.
I think it's all right. Nice budget outfit. That's the way it's kind of built, So, yeah, let's hope it smashes. Classic guys all look fine. I've got some stacks kind of built out there, as you can see. A wee bit of painting by numbers, just keeping players who are playing against each other away from each other and whatnot. And then season limited kind of throwaway team and then some training lineups. This is probably my big team of the weekend. Champion D1, going double forward. Rafinha Bakwa, the Leipzig pair of Rom and Simons making a meaningful debut for us. And then obviously Vasil for St. Pauli. Clean sheet time.
I like it. Yeah, that's really solid. Really good.
We've got to win it. And Rafinha is like a non-biological reward, as we know. But with two rewards up front, kind of, I'm hoping I've just got enough magic in the team. Maybe we have a big finish in champ.
I like that a lot. You've got a chance. Definitely got a chance.
The D2 team's kind of fun. Butez we don't know about, obviously. Openda Classic, FDJ. It says he's not playing there. It looked like he was nailed. Let me just double check that. And how good's Frankie de Jong been, by the way, since I bought him? I think he's just turned into like top level Barca mid all of a sudden. Yeah, he's 50-50. I think he'll play.
Yeah, he's done. His AA's been really good, hasn't it?
He's had the captain's armband for a few games as well. Dimitrievski I've played on the random as well, just in case. And then I've got 2 D1 classics, which I fancy both of these to do pretty well. Double striker in both of them. Good midfielders. Goal scorers and whatever else. Got Thomas Muller in a team. Last game at Bayern, just why not? Let's go for it. And he's got a wee interesting outfit around him with Seagrass now giving me utility. And then this is how I've went with the hoops. So I got that second Engels McCowan trade thing I told you about, so I can get them across all these teams. We got that second Ida for a trade situation similar last week as well. And with Captain Shaq in there, like 2 D2s, but Harry and a D1 because of midweek relegations.
Yeah, I heard on your on your stream or something you were mentioning how many obviously tough spots after the midweek. That was rough, man. That was really rough.
Yeah, and in Classic, I'm losing 2 D1s. Memphis isn't on to play. I've not checked him today, actually. Do we have a Brazil update?
He was
after
out
last
midweek.
Night?
He was completely out on the midweek. So, yeah, keep an eye on that.
I'm not sure if that was like rotation or something. Yeah, he's not in. I need to drop the pie. I'll do that when you're going through your lineups, bud. In season, I've got a D1, an in-season limited. So I put Broholm in there with Wanizek and quite a strong team in limited for a change since it's D1. You know, it's one of my only fucking D1s that I've got left. And then a few D2 and a D3. So we'll see how they go in Classic and then in-season limited with all the Schmeichels. We've got some depth, fun stuff happening in Limited Classic. Under 23 top team, Harry. We're swinging for the fences. Jordan Amisa fighting for his life with Ross County. Tavon Gray, Lennon Miller, Works and Cherokee. All got a bit of vibes to this weekend.
That's solid. I like it. I like it a lot.
I'm just noticing that actually Lennon Miller is playing Jordan Amisa, so I think I might swap Tanny with Amisa. But then these other teams are fun, but I'm not like they're in D2 and D3, so I'm not like high on them, as it were. Ellis seems to like that one. Swap Tanny for Amisa. Do you like that?
Yeah, he seems to be you a Tanny fan or you a Nazawa fan? Which one? Tanny? Yeah, Tanny.
Love it. Tanny all the way. Max XP in the top team with the top boys. And I have anything underneath this to scroll down to? Is this All-Star? I think it might be. I'm just throwing bits and bobs in there. Oh, we've got a Maeda here, so I'll just play him for that Depay. And we'll just throw somebody else in here that we've not used yet. The best player we've not picked yet. Danny Pereo's playing Barca. Mikel Merino suspended. We don't know about Soboslai. Gross is suspended, like you said there. Stuani super rare, maybe. Just to throw it in. Do you know what? I might throw that Paulinho in because that's a big game and he's just been kind of coming back to the DNP. Yeah, I don't know if that's to rest him for the weekend, maybe. Can have a wee peek at Brazil. And I'll give you the screen, Harry, if you want to show us some teams you're rocking.
Yeah, 2 seconds. Let me just do one last little scoop of Ellis liked that one.
Yeah. One more scoop, Ellis.
Loves a scoop. Loves a scoop. Getting excited, mate, aren't you? Did you see Jabal, you know, the lad from Oxshire? He's moving to Krasnodar. Like,
oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, no.
Money, money, money. Money, 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 money.
Not stupid, is he?
Yeah.
Come on, let's get a ton of teams out. I didn't really so you can't export an arena lineup, can you? Like you have to actually go in and do it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, like it makes you pop it in.
There we go. Sorted for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in with underdog. Couple of rare lineups. Muller, Swan Song. Super Rare looks pretty nice, I think, on paper. Obviously, Orlandale 15 of 50. This is my arena lineup, though. I'm really excited for this one. I think I've got like 11 L15 left over because I obviously use L15 as 0 keeper. So I had kind of had the pick of the bunch here. He's like, Harris is 71 L15. He's just a beast. Shambo's like 60, 57, and then Balikwisha's on like a 61 right now after coming back from injury. Playing a little D2 Prem. I'm going, this will be a D3 La Liga because I got relegated from the midweek. Suso's last game, isn't it? And I've got a D2 Bundesliga, which I'm quite excited about. I think this could maybe do a bit of damage if Dortmund maybe don't run away with it. MLS, Stark.
Of course,
yeah.
Of course.
I do have Matsima, but I've played him in Champ instead. Matsima's obviously probably the better play, but I've had to prioritize him elsewhere. Rolling locks obviously for the MLS lad, so we'll see how that all looks. I've managed to get 2 D1s now in Champ, so that's nice. Hopefully, I've put all the Nice lads together with Turkey, and then I've got the Marseille boys, Matsima. I brought in Benjamin Andre for this game week to watch him drop a red card or something, and then Lucas Perry in goal. And this is my D2, obviously Enzo tonight. We'll see what the second string Nice lads, and then I've still got a D1 Classic, which is pretty nice. Obviously the boy Sabitzer in there. Got Sabi, the classic Klaus, and I'm playing this in D3 in-season limited champ because, I mean, why not? Like, it's either going into D2 rare champ, but I've got the in-season cards. I might as well, one last dance. I'm
all about that.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like, whatever happened. Like, I'm not that confident on it. Obviously, defenders playing against the keeper, whatever. I've just moved Vanaken into the set. This is the secondary lineup. This is my main lineup, hoping the Livakovic stays in goal for Fenerbahce. If he doesn't, I'm screwed. The Nordjylland boys are bound to kill me tonight, 1 o'clock. Well, I say tonight, this afternoon. Hoping Vanaken plays. I'm still keeping him in the lineup. I think someone asked what's the verdict on him. Yeah. Apparently he's in like a ton of. Well, I got the direct quote. From the manager, and he said his injury is serious enough that he's not 100% fit, but has a high pain threshold. He's trying to bite through, and at the moment he's succeeding quite well. Actually, he needs a rest at the moment. Vanaken is a winner, and he just wants to play. Meanwhile, we're trying to let his injury heal as best we can. So just contradicting himself in 4 sentences, but it sounds like he's going to play, if I'm being honest. So I had Højbjerg in here, and I've swapped Højbjerg for Vanaken just in case. I've got a little demotion here, which I'm gutted about in rare. Demotion in limited as well, and then I'm playing 323s. Nazawa probably don't start, so that's only 2 probably. I'm risking Yamal. I had Yamal in this one, and I think I'm just going to play him and just say sod it. Whatever happens, happens. But I'm going to captain Maria. I just think that Strasbourg could go score a couple of goals there. Not that Barca can't. Really
like that team, mate. I really like that team.
Yeah, solid. McGinn's away.
But it's a derby. He'll be up for that,
Yeah, he will. Leyson's tonight, mind, and they've been horrendous. So in the playoffs, like really bad. So hopefully he goes out on a clean sheet maybe tonight. I actually really like the red team.
Is El Crowley better than Santos Mingo?
Yeah, sometimes. Like he can be, but he's away and Utrecht have nothing to play for. Ramos Mingo's playing Brazilian league and whatever. I just think watch out. He played midweek mind in the Sudamericano or whatever, so watch him get rested. But is that getting promoted? That can't be getting promoted. That's a little glitch there. I think I've only got one D1. No, that can't be right because I didn't play a D2 midweek, so there's no way that's getting promoted. Like that's just a complete fabrication. Like I played this in D1, I didn't play another one.
That's weird.
I have that sometimes. It like glitches on me, where it tells me I'm getting promoted when I'm not. But yeah, mate, I think I'm more locked in. I'm buzzing for it. I've got a ton of lineups going out.
Man, I'm just listening to Brendan in one ear now.
Oh, nice.
Yes, the squad's fine. Cameron's back. Rio's out.
We'll do the giveaway just after the deadline.
Looking forward to it. I just listened to him for 2 seconds there. Sorry. So
no worries.
He said the first thing right at the top. Maybe somebody asked him about Dyson. We've got 4 minutes to go. Just hopefully we get a wee bit of insight into it. But I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready to go as well. A bunchies here still. Please do smash the like button, guys. We're almost at 100. Almost there, guys. Keep pushing. Yeah, so just talk about Tate for the most part. Thanks very much, Flindo. The better shirt's been a hit with the chat today. They've all been enjoying it.
Nice shirt, mate. Really nice.
There you go. I think this is the only like fake shirt I've got, but it's like I can't remember where I got it, but it's not real. I got it from like I can't remember. I can't remember. Like I don't want to see DHgate or AliExpress. It was not somewhere like that, but I bought it somewhere and I was like, I don't think this is real. But it was meant to be real, if you know what I mean. And I was just like, nah, I don't think it is. It feels real, looks real. Didn't really do that great with the washing, but the wee patch on the sides, the La Liga patching, that's kind of went a bit crappy. But everyone quite likes it. I like it too. Sunny weather, nice shirts. I can't be wearing all these. All my nice shirts are like black based, you know. Like I've got a Seattle Sounders Jimi Hendrix one that's like black and purple with kind of purple kind of Hendrixy swirls on it. I've got that River Plate one which is black with like red bits on it, and then I've got a Leipzig one which is black with like multicolored bits on it, and there's probably another one. So non-Celtic shirts that are this is kind of Celtic, I guess, but like that you can wear on a nice sunny day. I don't have many of them. I thought you were showing us something there. You're just doing a wee bit of chopping and changing.
Chopping, just pop this on this. Oh, this is my midweek, sorry.
Don't forget common lineups. I've stopped doing commons now. I'm just not waiting for it this time around. We're 1 minute to the deadline, guys. TikTok, if you're still smashing those alterations in, you should be locked and loaded and ready to go for the game week. We've got a nice little counter on site now. If you look at the top of Harry's page there, a nice wee sub-minute counter. So if you're on the app or on the phone, you should not be under any false impression of when the deadline is. You definitely won't be missing it. And it'd be nice to have the late deadline stuff for MLS, which I think we've said before, like when they toyed with it for Champions League, like MLS should have it. You know, it's quite a unique league how it distributes information when it does it. And also for, I don't know, would we say the majority of the player base? It's in a weird time zone. I don't think it's the majority of the, I think that's probably a safe thing to say. So nice iteration. Hopefully it's the beginning of the new norm for MLS comp, Harry.
I'd hope so, but I don't know. Depends how noisy everyone is about it. You know, like, I don't know. I know it's tough for Europeans and stuff, and then, you know, people in Australia, New Zealand, whatever the time zones are there, you know, as far as the MLS kickoffs go, but it's just so tough. Like we get the injury reports after the deadline. Like that in itself doesn't make much sense. So never mind anything else. So I don't know. Maybe they could just move the deadline back for it. You know, that would be like a soft launch, wouldn't it? Instead of rolling locks. I'm happy with something. Just give us something. You know, I'm not asking for the world, really. But yeah, I don't know. I think it needs something though, for sure. It's standalone these days, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. And they were talking about how in the latest, you know, the podcast stuff and all the rest of it, that Classic's going to get its own new core competition outlook. There's going to be more regular cat modes. We'll probably have Underdog on the reg, All-Star probably on the reg. So if, you know, they can think about Classic and in-season and somewhat treating them differently, I think you can quite easily look at MLS and treat it quite differently for its own experience. So yeah, love it. Guys, we're locked and loaded. We're in the deadline. A few of you have left, but you didn't hit the like button, guys. We've not even got to the first magic number of 88 yet. We're sitting at 86. We're so close to 100, guys. I want this to be a big weekend for you. I'm desperate for it to be a big weekend for me. And we're definitely needing it to be a big weekend for Harry and Ellis, of course. If you haven't done so already, take your phone out of your pocket, change the tab on your screen, whatever you need to do. Smash the like button, guys. We'll probably get there post deadline with some of the guys on playback and whatever. But at the deadline, getting past 100, it's just always a good omen that someone in the chat, me or Harry, someone is going to rinse, someone's going to do great. But as Harry mentioned earlier, we do have a card to give away. A juicy little in-season David Pereira da Costa, the main man for Fizzer Neville's Portland Timbers, and they're in the Cascadia Derby action in week. Now, we're doing this in the live chat as normal. So pre-type, don't send it. Pre-type your Sorare manager name and await further instruction. When Harry gives you the question, you need the answer, but we need the answer to come with your manager name so that Harry can zing this through the internet, through the blockchain, into your wallet, into your club at the speed of light. But yeah, pre-type it, get ready, don't send it. Your username.
Okay, so no decimals. I just want a number, just a whole number, no decimal points. And the question is, as per Sorare data, how many accurate passes did Lamine Yamal get midweek versus Espanyol? How many accurate passes did Lamine Yamal get midweek versus Espanyol?
Guesses are flying in. I'm trying to check to see how long it would take me to find out. I tried to do it quick, but better typing it. How quick could I find this? If I was one of you guys out there scrambling. Ooh, found it.
You got it.
Yeah. So so right answer should be in about now.
Yeah.
They're flying in. There's a few close guesses right quick, by the way, and then some are just some guys are just typing numbers and sending them in. Which fair enough. Fair enough. You've got to do that, I think, don't you? You've got to be quick. You've got to be in it to win it. None of sports cards on the pessimistic side here with 26, by the way.
Ooh, on the lower side of things there, yeah. It's crazy. Like some people have said one under the correct answer, like really quickly. And I just like there's no way they guess that. Like surely they've seen that somewhere, right?
Maybe, yeah.
But I've got correct answers 54 on my phone.
Same.
And the first person I see, yours might differ, but we'll see if we can come together and agree on assets in sport.
Well, no. The first one on the system.
One
on the system. I'll double check the YouTube chat on the actual studio.
Yeah. Duran, isn't it?
It's Jordan. Yeah. The very first answer was Magnum Cole with 57.
Yeah.
3 away on the random guess, maybe. I don't know. That's Jordan nailed it.
Wow. Congrats, mate.
The next correct answer we got was a fair bit down. Oh, Jordan went twice. He went 56 after that later on. Unite Shorts went 56. Dobbsy went. Oh, Dobbsy was the second one, but he was a wee bit behind. So in second, it was Dobbsy. And then Scotty was in third.
Okay.
But yeah, Jordan, congratulations to you, mate. Thanks for participating. Thanks for supporting the show. The likes have went up. We've got to the first magic number of 88. We're now at 89 and climbing. But guys, we need to get to 100. If you haven't done so already, please do hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel for more content like this and much other stuff. And obviously, if you haven't done so already, click on view more for the description of the show. You'll find a link to Harry Trades' channel. If you haven't done so already, jump over there and hit subscribe in 2 clicks, of course. Good luck to you all this weekend. I'll be back later tonight for a wee bit of GF Friday night action. Harry, good luck this weekend to you as well, mate.
Appreciate it, mate. Sorry, I've got Ellis kicking off. He doesn't want the Da Costa to go.
Oh, no.
He wants Da Costa to stay.
Loving it. Have a good weekend, everyone. See you soon.
Yeah, all the best, lads.